Oh. Hello. Hello. Oops. Fuck shit dick balls. Ah! No! God damn it! No.
Best time buying cryptech?
Shut up! Oh, no. Alright. We got problems, lads. God damn it. No. Okay. It's been a tough day. I gotta tell the players what just happened. Alright. So we've had problems with this tournament. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. If this is you, you know who you are, and you probably already feel bad, so I'm not going to announce to the whole world. We're having some goddamn issues. Now, there's one player, this was fine. There was one player who told me they're going to be late. Not their fault. They're going to be late. But then there was a bug with their tournament sign-up where they signed up twice. So there's two of this player running around, and they don't know why, and I couldn't fix it before the stream started because it was, like, too close to the... It was too close to the start of the tournament, and after the tournament starts, even I can't do anything about it. So we have both of this player, and it's not that player's fault. It's just frustrating, right? But so this guy's going to be late, which he told me. Again, this part isn't his fault. He told me he was going to be late, but now there's two of him, so now we have two people asking where this person is, and I'm like, one of you is waiting for someone who's going to be late, and one of you is waiting for me to figure out which one is actually the guy who's going to be late so I can delete it. So both of you have to wait, and one of you has to wait even longer after you wait. So that was frustrating. Then we had two people that signed in, checked in, showed up on the bracket, and haven't answered any messages, aren't in any server I can find, and haven't put out any messages looking for their opponent. So we have two people just floating around my bracket that are doing nothing, but since it's Swiss, they're going to be there all 4 rounds. So all 4 rounds, someone's going to show up and ping me and go, hey, I can't find blank. And I'm going to go, I know! They for some reason didn't show up after checking in, but they're not even on any server so people can find them. Because if you can find them and they don't answer, then we have a protocol for that. 15 minutes, your opponent doesn't respond, just take the win and go on. But if you can't even find him, then you don't even know that the timer's ticking. But these people, like, again, I'm sure they have something going on. I'm not trying to be a dick, but as a tournament host, this is really annoying, where it's like, you checked in, and then the tournament started, and as far as I can see, on every server I'm on, I've seen no effort for these people being like, Human Boy, where is the server? Human Boy, where is my opponent? Or messaging your opponent, or trying, or like, I haven't seen any effort anywhere. So whoever this is checked in, signed on, and is just staring at their computer screen, waiting for something to happen. It's like, not like... in the instructions it says, join our Discord, but even without that, like, you'd think I'd get a ping somewhere. Oh, so we have 3 okay, wait, out of 16 players, we have 3 that aren't real, just floating in the bracket. So every round, there's gonna be 3 matches that are fucked out of 8. Oh, God! So it's good. It's good. Okay. So that's why that poll is out there that says, is anybody else angry today? Is because today's tournament has been a little bit much. And then Necromancer coming with the 5 gifted memberships. What up, everybody? Hey, Professor Evil. Necromancer, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. And since you've gifted those subs, we will get on to our stream today. So today, what are we going to do? We are going to go through all of the quest battles in the main menu. All of them. And I'm going to beat every single quest battle. Every single one. All right? With the armies that they provide to you, the dog shit ass armies, we're going to beat them all on very hard difficulty. That is the stream today. We're abandoning the tournament. I'm not casting it. Fuck that tournament. The tournament's a piece of shit. All right, fine, we'll cast the tournament. I started saying that as a joke, but actually that did sound kind of fun. Doing some sort of challenge to beat all the quest battles. If I was going to do a stream like that, I would do some research and see if the quest battles are even remotely fun, or if they're all, like, super one-sided and terrible. Okay, alright, what's going on? We have Johnny Cash versus Professor Evil. Professor Evil recently popped into our Discord. Seems like a nice guy. I enjoyed talking to Professor Evil. Had some fun profile pictures. We had some good chats. So, you know what? I'm rooting for him. I hope Johnny Cash loses. Johnny Cash is a bully. Every time I've talked to him, he's always like, oh, hey, you boy, how you doing? I hope you're having a good day. What an asshole. So what do we have? The Empire and Tzeentch both got through the pick and bans, both very strong factions. We have Chaos Furies of Tzeentch, a couple Screamers here and there, a lot of pink horrors, including the Sour Guts. We do have the Knights of Immolation, and then a Herald of Tzeentch of Metal with Plague of Rust and Searing Doom, and Aecold Hellbrass on the ground with some Chaos Warriors. In the skies, Karl Franz currently getting hit with a Plague of Rust Overcast, bringing him down to 40 armor, so even the Furies can get a lot of damage on him. Ooh, that is actually very nice. Good job there. Outriders and Outriders Grenade Launchers trying to punish the Tzeentch advance. I need to be careful of those medium-range Sour Guts and whatnot. They will not enjoy taking shots from those guys. And the Empire also has some Spearmen, one Cannon, and some Huntsmen in the back with a Life Wizard on the ground to support Franz. Now, this is a new player tournament. We will see some mistakes here and there, and first thing I gotta point out is for Tzeentch, they are not moving as a group. Their front line is moving, and their Knights are moving separately, and then now the Pink Horrors are getting into action. So, it's not like super deep analysis commentary, but just pointing it out, because pointing it out, all your units should be moving at the same time and putting pressure on your opponent. Because if you move one at a time, then your opponent can deal with the threats one at a time. And it's a lot easier for them, so just saying that. The player probably knows that, but, you know, gotta say it. Other than that, I actually like the Tzeentch build. I think it's very creative. I liked the Plague of Rust combo onto Franz. He has received some healing already, so he'll be okay, but some decent combos, some decent strategy from Tzeentch here. The micro is just a little bit slow. And the Empire is one of the strongest factions in multiplayer right now, so also we could maybe criticize the pick and ban. Be like, hey bro, just ban the strong factions. Easy W. Regrowth currently getting reduced by half, because he is on fire from the Knights of Immolation. Another Plague of Rust Overcast onto Franz while he's surrounded by the Knights of Immolation. They are getting really good damage down, but there is so much supporting fire from the Outriders and the Huntsmen and even the Cannons that a Terror Out comes in from the Knights of Immolation and get pushed back. Empire frontline falling apart. Chaos Warriors easily getting through those guys, but also with a little bit of pink fire over the top. They're doing well. And Aecold's in here, just rolling through these guys as grenade launchers do a bit of friendly fire. Empire's frontline will be falling apart soon. Ooh, Franz found his way onto the Herald of Tzeentch. That is a problem. He's now trying to get away with his 95 speed. He should be okay. I mean, Franz has a 113 for Foe Seeker, so maybe not okay. Yeah, he does get a couple good shots in here and there. Some of the skirmish cav of the Empire getting caught out a little bit. A couple whoopsie daisies in there. Nice Searing Doom on top of the Spearman, while also running away with your caster. Multitasking. But things are getting a little dire here for Tzeentch. They're just falling too far behind in the DPS department. We still have a cannon, we still have two Huntsmen uncontested and shooting. The Empire frontline's taking a good amount of damage, and some of their cav has, but... Ooh, and Franz. A lot of focus onto Franz, but regrowth is a hell of a drug, so... That's Franz after he's already gotten a big regrowth. Still, though, having most of the damage you got out in the game getting healed up by Franz is pretty brutal. Do Beastmen quest battle first. Screw the tourney. I'm only here for the quest battles. I'm almost never not going to take Aecold, I'll be honest. He's very cool. He's very cool, Mr. Evil. Hey, Trogdor. Things are going well, dude. Just starting out with Empire beating up on Tzeentch for now. Yeah, Professor Evil. Watching this game. It wasn't... I had some messages in the Discord where Professor Evil was rather down on himself, so I was ready for a very different kind of game. This wasn't that bad. Like, the main problem in the visual is that Franz healed up all that HP. Because without healing factored in, Franz would be dead, and the leadership of the Empire would be lower, so that would be routing, and you could have gotten through the front line easier. It would have been a much closer game, but with regrowth, all the damage you got didn't matter, so now it looks a lot worse than it was. But, yeah, I think if you moved all your forces at the start, because there was that brief air battle where your ground forces were chilling, but, like, I'm just going to load this up just to talk about what I want to talk about. Sorry, I just want to talk about a general strategy thing, so I need to reload the start of the game. If it's Total Tavern, can't you drop people? I dropped one of the duplicates already. Now that the duplicate player has shown up and we know who the duplicate is, I dropped him. I didn't drop either of the people that haven't shown up yet. I suppose I could. But anyway, the point I wanted to make here is if you look at the battlefield, you can look at range, mobility, and frontline. If you want to be super simple. The Empire has way more mobility, but it's all skirmish cav. There is a couple heavy cav in here, but like 4 skirmish cav, 2 heavy cav. You have... where are the Furies? There they are. 2 Furies, a Screamer, and a Knight of Immolation. With 4 skirmish cav and 2 heavy cav, I'd say that's an even match. Just bear with me. On the ranged front, there's a cannon that's outranging you, and then 2 Huntsmen, plus the skirmish cav if you really want to get in there. Your stuff is all medium range. He has long range, you don't. And then your front line, even though it's just 3 Chaos Warriors, 3 Chaos Warriors are better than all 5 of these Spearmen combined. So when the game starts, Tzeentch has a better front line, and their medium range stuff is out of range. They need to move up immediately. But then this happens. This is the big mistake, is the Tzeentch front line stops advancing and kind of farts around here and there, and then it's a piecemeal advance, but like Tzeentch immediately needed to close the gap so they didn't take as much damage on the charge, and the Pink Horse get in range of the Huntsman or these things. And yes, he's counterfiring in skirmish cav. I'm not saying he's just doing nothing. I just do think it was a mistake not to be constantly moving forward. So they kind of stopped and started here and there and here and there, and by the time they got here, they had taken a lot of damage, but like, yeah. So that's the only like real strategic mistake I saw. Anything else was just, yeah, you ran into healing, which is really strong. You ran into the Empire, which is maybe the strongest faction in the game. I don't think that's necessarily terrible. But just make that advance a little smoother and you'll be fine. Not a big deal. I flipped it. Hayseed versus Verak. And Hayseed's taken double friggin' Charybdis, so I guess he'll just be a new player, tournament player forever. How dare you, Hayseed? Yeah, Professor Evil. Easy. So Hayseed's over here taking silly builds, like a silly pants, which he's not known for. He normally takes very sweaty, try-hard builds. Hayseed is exclusively a Wood Elf triple Waywatcher Kite player. So what do we have here versus Verak? We have Bleak Swords, Harganeth Executioners for a front line, triple Dark Shards, 1 Dread Spear in the back, Dark Riders to secure the flanks, double Charybdis, Foot Rakarth with his little whip, and then a Beastcaster. No. Shadows Caster with Occam's Mind Razor and Pit of Shades. Cool. And the other side for Khorne, Dogs, Fleshhounds, Chaos Furies everywhere, including the ROR Fleshhounds, Hounds of the Blood Hunt. Frontline of Bloodletters and Minotaurs, with a Herald of Khorne on his motorbike for buffs, and Karanak, the doggy dog of dogging. Cool. Flanks are moving in. Once again, a generic complaint I have, like we just mentioned last game, but since it's a new player tournament, I will comment on things. The flanks hitting before the front line is almost never worth it, because now the Dark Elves are going to turn all their fire over here and all their cavalry over here, and the front line isn't even in range yet. If you have perfect timing, you want your flanks to hit the Dark Shards, because that's what he's doing. He's trying to hit the Dark Shards and stop them from shooting the Bloodletters. But you got to hit them just as they're about to shoot, not before the Bloodletters even get in range. Because now it's like, you know these Furies are going to die, but they're not buying you as much time because the Dark Shards wouldn't have been shooting anyway. And Furies, as I say several times, even in non-new player tournaments, these guys are expensive as hell, so when I see players just chuck them into the wind, it does make me rather angry. Like, 600 or 550 gold is not insignificant, so those guys dying is going to be pretty bad. Minor thing, I just wanted to point it out, though, is overall, the Khorne front line is demolishing the Bleak Swords, as you would expect, even killing the Hargoneth Executioners very quickly with the Herald of Khorne buffing them up. And those very expensive Hargoneth Executioners are just dead. Now, the backline flank is going pretty well overall. The Dread Spears and Charybdis and even some Dark Riders trying to hold back the tide. Keeping a couple Dark Shards online, but the front line died so quickly, even more quickly than I would have expected. It looks like it's going to work out as the Dark Shards haven't had time to just sit and shoot at the front line. They've been too busy trying to protect themselves. So overall, good flank. I just think it could have stalled a little bit longer before jumping in. Maybe those Furies would have accomplished a bit more. Now here comes the problem is the leadership falls. Charybdis do have a Dread Saurian type aura, -8 leadership for Abyssal Howl. And the Fleshhounds of Khorne are not immune to it, so they'll get down to that demonic instability crumbling even faster, and that should take them off the battlefield. Still have 2 Dark Shards up, and we have the Pit of Shades caster back here. Where even is Rakarth? Oh, Rakarth's over here. Supporting his last Bleak Sword and trying to fight the Herald of Khorne plus Karanak at the same time is pretty brutal, though Karanak is nowhere near the caster, so the caster can actually use Pit of Shades and stuff, whereas Karanak's silence aura might have been a problem if he stuck to her. I have 2 pings, why? Sorry, 1 second. Alright, I got a replay being saved, but I was wondering if it was a question about the tournament. TY. What is this now? Someone's against the same guy who didn't show up. Is it Boo? No. Alright. Sorry. Dealing with tournament mess. Rakarth getting bullied, actually, by Karanak. Karanak gets 2 big hits on him, which is a little surprising. 45 melee defense, charge reflection. Yeah, charge defense versus large. You'd think he'd do okay, but Karanak is just slapping him around. I guess he has 81 melee attack. My god. There's our first real Pit of Shades on top of the Charybdis. Such a big spell coming in on top of 2 demonic units while they're fighting something that lowers their leadership, and they're getting rear charged. Those 2 should probably both demonic instability crumble soon. But Rakarth is having a really bad time, and that could be problematic. Oh, the Hounds of the Blood Hunt barely clinging to life. 2 leadership. There they go. They and the Bloodletters start to crumble away. The Bloodletters over by the other Charybdis also dying off. So the Charybdis doing very well, as Rakarth is going down. He's dead. He's dead as hell. 0 leadership for him. Gets pushed around by Karanak. And that should do him in. Yep, Rakarth is now routing. It's only a matter of time until the Dark Elves lose their leadership. But there is a lot of fraudulent balance of power on the side of Khorne. The Herald of Khorne, being that high on HP, doesn't actually matter that much. Neither does Karanak. They're good, don't get me wrong, but looking at the context of the game, we have 2 Charybdis, which 1 Charybdis would kill either of them, but 2 Charybdis is going to be a huge problem. And then for your support, we do have Minotaurs with great weapons. That is nice, but I wonder if the Dark Elves can rally these Spears and Dark Shards together and get good shots in on those Minos. Because the Minos will destroy Charybdis if they can isolate it, but if there's a bunch of stuff helping them out, won't be a big deal. But a Sword of Khorne is coming down just to damage these Dark Riders and take them out. There they go. And then them routing should cause the Dark Shards to rout, especially as Karanak is plowing into them as well. So it's a lot of good units taken down, and Khorne takes the lead on the balance of power. I don't necessarily disagree, because if these last Bloodletters can take out the Dread Spears, that would be huge, because then the Minotaurs can get the fight they want by surrounding a Charybdis and no infantry involved. How was this live? I finished watching something else on YouTube, and now I'm live on Hummus's stream. It's magic. Ooh, that is a disaster. Charybdis routing while it had plenty of HP. I suppose not like a Hydra, it's not like it's going to heal up or something, but its leadership, you can see, is already back to 11. So it just got an unfortunate downward spike of leadership. This is the exact situation the Charybdis needs, but the Dread Spears route just as it needed them, because it was doing really good damage fighting the Minotaurs on spear support. But without spears, now the Minos are going to gang up on the poor Charybdis. And its bonus versus large, it's armor piercing, but so are they. Bloodletters just dying off now, and then some dogs also take out the Dark Shards. It's looking like the last gasp of the Dark Elves here. With one Charybdis getting pushed off the battlefield, I don't see this other one being able to kill a whole army, especially as its leadership falls to 10. It's doing really good work on the Minotaurs of Khorne. I just don't think it's going to be nearly enough, because now this under half-health Charybdis has to kill a full-health Karanak, which is possible, and a half-health Herald of Khorne, which is possible. But I don't think doing both those things and finishing off these Minos is possible. Especially when it's not unbreakable. It's just a monster that's missing its lord. So then it's going to rout. There it goes. And without it, there's no chance as Verak takes game 1. For Hayseed, Rakarth somehow got 1,000 value, but still didn't feel like he did much. I guess he must have been the one that poked down the Herald of Khorne low at all. Dark Riders, Dark Shards, and the Charybdis both did pretty well. Charybdis, its damage value is going to be deceptive because it caused a lot of things to crumble super early. For Verak, Karanak and his Herald did well. Bloodletters were the real heroes of the day. They crushed that Dark Elf front line and got straight through it. Minos also did great. Let's see the Hargoth Executioners. Yeah, 560 value. Not ideal. Demons. You jinx Hayseed again, man? I do that. It's definitely me jinxing him and not him taking Rakarth fucking double Charybdis. It's me. I'm the problem. Anyway, we have Zertior versus Verak, a demon-demon battle. Tzeentch versus the Demons of Chaos. For mortal units, we have 2 Marauders. That is it. Everything else here is demonic. Chaos Spawn aren't demonic. They're unbreakable. Look at that. Look at them. That's demonic. Just because it doesn't have demonic instability. It's a demon. You know what? You can go to heck. Alrighty. For Verak, Chaos Furies of Khorne in the sky, Fiends of Slaanesh on the ground, a front line of Nurglings, including the Followers of Bubonic, 3 pink horrors. We do have Caress, the Darkling Prince, with Pavane and Phantasmagoria. On the other side, for Tzeentch, we have a front line of blue horrors with the Chromatic Abomination, pink horrors in the back, 2 Marauder Spearmen, 4 Chaos Spawn of Tzeentch, and an Exalted Lord of Change of Tzeentch with pink and blue fires. Tzeentch's abundance of magic damage will do well versus the Fiends of Slaanesh. Physical resistance amounting to nothing as they get pelted by the blue fire that actually did so much damage to them. Caress rampages the Exalted Lord of Change into a fight that he was fighting on top of his own Chaos Spawn and blue horrors, largely helping him out with those battles there as the pink horrors are firing in now. Chaos Furies dying off on their attempts to stop the fire coming in. But Furies are pretty bad at taking out blue and pink horrors since these guys are hybrid units. They'll actually do a lot of damage back, and the Fury's super low leadership hurts them quite a lot. Something is getting summoned here. It is the Tzeentchian Fury summon. I see the Chaos Furies are back. I wonder, they should just rear charge this area and lower their leadership to get them to crumble faster. I wouldn't want them to dive the backline pink horrors. I don't think they get too much done there. Caress barely got through the Exalted Lord of Change's barriers. He himself took half his HP as pink horrors are still firing in on them this whole time. So overall, a big win for Tzeentch on that front. The Unbreakable Chaos Spawn frontline is proving to be rather problematic for the demons. They just can't get through these guys. And that's a really cool tech piece. I have not seen Chaos Spawn used as a frontline in such a long time. That is some creativity here. We'd love to see it on the side of Tzeentch. Caress and the boys still trying to hold it up. Chaos Furies did end up diving the pink auras in the background. They have 30 seconds left on their HP, but it's mostly Caress just getting deleted by these pink auras in the back. That is proving to be problematic. Rampage onto something. Rampage onto the Chromatic Abominations while the other pink auras keep firing, because Caress is just not giving up as a blue fire is going to hit him in the back of the head, making him weak to fire, reducing his armor. All of that is amazing for the Sarguts, who are still shooting him in the back of the head. The Chaos Spawn front line is starting to falter. They've taken so much HP loss, and they've even lost some models. That's going to be problematic. And if Caress cannot die and just run into the distance and be a caster, actually the Demons of Chaos are still in this. Because Fiends are doing really, really well in the late game. They're still doing solid work. And you still have a lot of pink horrors, you still have Nurglings and stuff. And the Spawn, like I said, are running out of HP. But, ooh, yeah, I suppose there's two pink horrors with a lot of ammunition firing in here, and they were busy shooting at Caress. So if you take Caress out of the equation, now that damage comes to your front line, so maybe it's too far gone for the Demons of Chaos? I don't know. Maybe I'm just too hopeful. Fiends in the backfield try and save the pink horrors from the spawn of Tzeentch, but other spawn of Tzeentch are going to come join the fight. Those pink horrors are doomed. Caress trying to stay safe, though. There are pink horrors who occasionally shoot at him, and of course, Tzeentch throws out blue fires at him every so often. And even the Bolt of Change, tier 2 armor ability, could also finish off Caress, so I do think the demons are actually just too far behind. That was a really, really cool build from Tzeentch. The Chaos Spawn frontline, I've never seen that before, and it's actually, like, it seemed pretty darn effective. Did you go to the same shared holiday? No. No. So here's the thing. Is Airstrike still here? Airstrikes, you still here? Anyway, while I wait to see if he's still here. I really liked that Tzeentch build. That was a super great build. Because it was, like, creative, but it wasn't trolling. It was just like, oh, now that I see it, I get what this is going for. That's really neat. What up, Airstrikes? Okay, Airstrikes, cover your ears. So... Zero, where the hell did Zero go? Do we have a third person that dropped out of this tournament? No! I don't know. If your opponent AFK for 15 min or more, just take W. Anyway, so here's the thing. We have sad news, ladies and gentlemen. Airstrikes came to my last board game convention. I hung up my hat. We made, for anyone who didn't know, that's kind of the point, isn't it? We made a board game 2 years ago-ish, and we've been trying to sell it, and it's taking up a lot of weekends and time and money, and it was just kind of going nowhere. We sold 700 copies ourselves. I promise I'll get back to the game in a second. So I had 2,000 copies ordered, and my plan was to sell a bunch on my own and prove to board game distributors that it could sell copies, but then what you do is you go to a distributor, they take it, they put it in their catalog, and then people, board game stores from all over the country and all over the world can order it, so you don't have to go door to door knocking on it. Well, it's a long, long story, but the short version is I couldn't get any big distributors on board. I could only get small distributors on board, and the small distributors didn't have a lot of pull, so they didn't move a lot of product. So it was just me for 2 years selling. Now, over 2 years, we sold 700 copies, which is not nothing. It was good, but I didn't go into this with the objective of I'm going to sell board games for my entire life all by myself. The idea was to get into distribution and then work on other board games, because I have like 4 or 5 prototypes on my shelf that I want to get published, but I was busy trying to sell the one. And it was taking up a lot of weekends, it was taking up a lot of time. Between travel and hotels and then buying the booth itself, it was hard to make your money back. It's just like, it was all a whole thing. So for the last few weeks, I've been shutting down the business. So we took the website down, and then I had 1,300 board games left to deal with. So I was cleaning out my self-storage area. We ended up donating all 1,300 to charity. But I was shipping those to various charities around the country. So that's where I've been for the last few weeks, is shutting down my small business. Anyway, the last charity delivery is actually after this stream. We have this group coming in that they just take things and recycle them, and for unopened board games, they donate them to like children's centers and stuff. That's like a copy day on your own. Pretty damn impressive with a full-time job. Yeah, well. Yeah, I'm happy with how I did individually. I'm just sad it never, like, took off. But, yeah. Alright, let's get back into the games. Johnny Cash and Pretty Steel Bonnet. Tomb Kings versus Khorne. You got one of the last sales then? Yeah, dude. It was good to see you in person. I would have told you in person, but I didn't want to bum you out. Like, hey, thanks for coming all this way. By the way, I'm closing down shop. So, I kind of didn't mention it when I met you. It felt like it would have been a damper on your mood. Which I try not to do. Okay. When Game Boy becomes president, it'll become a value collector item. True. Inventing the board game was very fun. Selling it was a pain. It's a necessary pain, but it was a pain. Khorne's advancing towards the Tomb Kings. Skarbrand leading a bunch of Marauders, some with dual weapons, some without. We have some Chosen and Exalted Bloodletters in the back with a Skull Crusher up front and Triple Furies in the back. Now this I like this timing a lot. See how the Chaos Furies are hitting just as the important front line, the Chosen and the Exalted Bloodletters, were about to get in range of the Chosen of the Gods. That is really good timing for the Furies. That's really good timing. I like that a lot. So, gonna shout it out. Front line for the Tomb Kings, Tomb Guard and Skeleton Spearman. We have Arc in the Black with Doom and Darkness and Spirit Leech. We have the Arwar Necrosphinx, the Sphinx of Usef, a Necrotech to heal him up and give some buffs. Chosen of the Gods, Chapter Great Bow, Arwar, Eyes of the Desert, Sepulchral Stalker Arwar, and a single Bone Giant. Tomb Kings not having a lot of mobility forces. Their entire backfield is open, but since Khorne only brought Furies, it's not really that big of a deal. If the Skull Crushers could get around and onto the backside, that might be more of a problem. But two of the Furies are dead, and one has just been chillaxing in the back. It might dive in now that its compatriots are dead, because I think they're just trying to keep the Chosen of the Gods on lockdown for as long as possible. Now, this is a problem. As much as I'm praising the flank play so far, Skarbrand is now fighting in halberds in front of the anti-large armor-piercing Sphinx Usef, so that is a big mistake and he needs to back out immediately. But yep, really good patience on the Chaos Fairies. Now the third group dives in to once again stop the Chosen of the Gods from firing. They have stopped the Chosen of the Gods from firing like literally all game. It's Chosen to Khorne, and the Bloodletters finally get to the front line. Now they are doing another thing I don't love, is layering. You never really want to have two units of the same size fighting on top of each other, because these Bloodletters are going to have issues really getting to the front lines. Now the Marauders and Bloodletters are just standing around. But if you have large things like cavalry or monsters fighting on top of infantry, it's fine, but infantry and infantry or cav on cav, usually they just blob up and don't get much done. Minor criticisms. We're criticizing today. It's what we do! Yay! Make everyone feel like shit all the time! Skarbrand's trying to fight his way out, but that is not a fight he's going to win. Elixir of Might is even popped on the Sphinx for more damage and more melee attack as it keeps beating up on poor Skarbrand. All of the Furies are dead. The Chosen of the Gods are now at last free to fire on the front line of Khorne. The Skull Crushers get in here, though. I'm not trying to just be an optimist. I am serious. If the Khorne front line can kill these guys quickly enough and get through, this actually could be winnable by Khorne, because a lot of the balance of power is in single entities or things with ammunition, that if you can get them into melee, you can get value very, very quickly. But Skarbrand dying soon is going to be a problem, and the blobbiness of the Khorne front line is also going to be a big problem, because they need to be spreading out and really just contaminating this back line, being a giant nuisance. As the Sporkle Stalkers are trying to kite back, the Chosen of Khorne are in here, going to get some slapping done. And these Skull Crushers of Khorne should come back here. Just fight these guys that have no infantry support, because I'm a little worried they're just going to kite away from the Chosen, and then you won't get too much done there. As the Chosen Terror out and Ushapti summon comes in, that might just be army losses. It looks like Scarbrand even died off-screen, probably due to the Bone Giant, lowering the leadership of all these guys. Skull Crusher's doing the only thing they can try to do to win this game is maybe Lord Snipe Arkin, if they can somehow kill him. But Arkin is throwing a Doom and Darkness on them as a rear charge is coming in. They are not ITP, so they will tear out, and if they do, army losses will hit immediately. The terror out, that could end the whole game. Bloodletters are still trying to churn through the front line, but probably not going to be enough. There's the terror out. And there's the army losses. I'm just a genius. I'm sorry. You just don't get better than knowing exactly when army loss is going to happen at any point in time. True, Contrarian. True. Bye, airstrikes. Hope you're having a good day. Johnny Cash sent me a replay, and he sings its praises. He says, this is a good replay that's going to be very fun for everybody. Let me see. When someone sends me a replay with that kind of message, I'm like, oh no. Oh no. So where were we? This one? Okay. So now... Okay, it's the same one. That's a lot of halberds. Do you have Flock of Doom? Oh god, no Flock of Doom for all those halberds. Yep, that's gonna be a bad time for poor Mr. Cash. Okay, I'll cast it if I get to a lull, but otherwise I'll avoid it because it looks like it's just a halberd blob. Is that Nurgle led by Tamarkon? I didn't think that was possible. I thought he died in the Great Wars. I legit haven't seen this Lord since the DLC came out. What player on which faction do you fear the most to play in a best of one final? Probably Alfredino on Zinch. He's both really good at it, and the playstyle is just complete cancer, and I don't want to deal with it. It's not like his fault, that's just how the faction is played, and he plays it really well, so I'm like, ooh, Blue Fire and Barrier Kite, so much fun. If I lose a final, I at least want it to be a fun game. So, yeah, I think I would fear Alfredino Zinch, both by player skill and by faction toxicity. Alright. For Nurgle, we have a big old surround with a bunch of Chaos Furies, Chaos Warhounds, Pestigors, and Marauders. Tamarkon on his Toad Dragon with various abilities. We have the Chaos Sorcerer of Nurgle with only his heal. That's about it. I'm surprised Nurgle can field such a wide army even with this big Toad Dragon, but looks like they're all just cheap garbage except for him. And aside for the Wood Elves, we have Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts, protected by Eternal Guard and the Winterheart Guard. A couple Way Watchers here and there. Nope, just one. Hawkeyes of Jakira. Breath attack going for the Eternal Guard down the side. Does a little bit of vomit damage. In the distance, we do have the Lost Sylvan Knights and some Glade Riders. We do have a Spellweaver Beast, which is Curse Founder here, and Flock of Doom. Flock of Doom should be pretty good. But the Doggy Dogs are on the back line, already messing up the Glade Guard. And the Wild Hunters of Kurnos... Sorry, I'm so used to seeing them. The Lost Sylvan Knights definitely need to stop farting around with random stuff in the back and need to come over and protect their ranged assets. Because the ranged assets for the Wood Elves are what's going to win you the game, not killing some random Pestigors. And that's just more of a build thing, is it's like, if your ranged is going to win you the game, your mobility needs to be in service of protecting your range. If your mobility is going to win you the game, then it can do whatever. Then it can fuck off. But Lost Sylvan Knights were not in position. Wood Elves got heavily punished for that. Now the Lost Sylvan Knights are back, and their ghostly forms quickly tear out off the dogs, which was exactly what we wanted from them, just a little late. Tamarkand has taken a lot of damage, and that is where most of the balance of power is coming for the Wood Elves. You might be like, how is it 50-50? They just lost the Hawkeyes of Drakira and lost a bunch of other archers. Like, it's going really poorly. Tamarkand has most of the Nurgle army's funds, and he's taking a ton of damage. He's going to heal up with Fleshy Abundance, and he even has that Curse of the Maggot Lord thing, so when he dies, he doesn't really fully die. You're going to see that balance of power, yeah, get a lot better for Nurgle as their big centerpiece keeps healing up. Glade Captain, didn't even notice you. Glade Captain is still firing in onto him, doing what damage she can, where she can. The Lost Sylvan Knights are about to run away. We still have these Glade Riders with Headbang Tips just shooting into the backs of these guys, but Pestigors, Nurgle in general, but especially Pestigors, have an absurd amount of HP, so they are here to just tank those arrows all day. Lost Sylvan Knights shatter off. Not sure where the Wood Elves are going to get any oomph left. It is mostly just their infantry and Firebark Elders remaining. I think Nurgle can just withstand the rest of this punishment. These poor elves. Yep, they're routing. Don't blame them. Firebark Elders trying to fight back against Pestigors, though a whole bunch of Beastmen infantry with armor piercing is real bad for the Firebark Elders. 57 melee defense or not, some of those axes are going to get through. At the end of the day, you're still just a tree. Tamarkand doing more damage to his own Marauders than the Winterheart Guard, but he's still just going to say worth. And at this point, the balance power is just held up by the full health Mage Lord. Glade Captain's in here, trying to harass down some Pestigors. Getting chopped in the back, taking a lot of damage too. Another Fleshy Abundance, trying to just force army losses, and if she terror outs this Spellweaver Beast, that might just do it. Might. 2 full health Glade Riders with not a lot of ammo can possibly keep the balance of power up, but I doubt it. So the terror out should take out the Wood Elf army. Oh! Okay, I guess not. Oh, there it is! There it is! I'm always right, never wrong! Toad Dragon gets its first win in Warhammer 3. Checks watch. 4 months after release. First Toad Dragon win ever. Just remember to get rhythm when you get the blues. No! No! I have no rhythm. Tamarkand actually getting 2,000 value. It's not a fraudulent win. He actually did okay. The mass infantry and dogs of Nurgle doing a lot. For Straw Bowstat. A unique build, but it had some synergy issues where the archers couldn't be properly defended. So then just got run down. I mean, you could take the same build and just protect the archers with your Great Stag Knights and the Glade Riders. You could do that. I am generally not a fan of Firebark Elders. Like, I just have issues with them. It's usually like, they're super tanky, but for what? Every time I see the Firebark Elders or Treekin in general, it's like, people will take them, and they either do 2 things. They're linebackers that don't take up a lot of space, or they're Durthu's protectors. And neither one matters, because Durthu is already super tanky. He's going to be the last thing left on the battlefield, just spamming out Flock of Dooms and Swords of Daith. The only way he's not the only thing on the battlefield is if he gets shot at ranged. If cannons shoot him, Luminarchus Hiss shoot him, a handgunner shoot him, like something like that. Something armor-piercing shoots him and he dies. Treekin won't help him stay alive. Now, if it's in melee, Durthu is impossible to kill until the late game. So the Treekin aren't doing anything there. So in situation 1, where I see the Treekin, I don't think they accomplish what they need to. Situation 2 is as those linebackers in the front line. But the problem is they don't take up a lot of space. So you're taking 900 gold on an already expensive roster, putting it in your front line, and then sure, that one piece of front line's going to hold, but not your whole front line's going to hold. And if you get enough of them for your whole front line to hold, then your flanks are going to fall apart because now you have no cavalry because you spent all your money on these Treekin. And again, they make it to the late game, but the late game to do what? They're a defensive unit that isn't either of the things you need a defensive unit to be. Defensive units need to either be cheap or they need to control a lot of space, and Treekin aren't either. So, I don't know. I think Treekin are just, like, unfortunately badly designed. And they either need a rework or a massive cost reduction to serve their purpose. But as for a rework, like, the Vampire Coast Crabs, that's a defensive unit. But the thing about the crabs that works is the crabs actually fuck shit up on their own. Like, crabs do a lot of damage. So if you take crabs, they can also just kill things. I never see Treekins killing anything. Even though they have high weapon strength, it's just, like, it doesn't really pan out. 16 models plus 26 melee attack is pretty brutal. So yeah, like, if they're going to stay at this price point, they need more damage, so they're at least kind of threatening. And that gives them a third capacities. They can be piss-poor defenders, Durthu bodyguards, or they could be line breakers, which is fine. So make them like the crabs. Or just make them way cheaper. And then it's like, oh, okay. They're kind of dog shit, but they're cheap. Like animated hulks. Animated hulks suck individually, but they're only 500 gold. So you just chuck them into your front line or your sides, and they hold cavalry down and stuff. And that's fine. But, like, Treekin are worth almost 2 animated hulks in cost, and that's just not a thing. And on this roster that has nothing that's cheap. So you need every cent you have, and spending on Treekin is really brutal. There's my opinion. Take it or leave it. Necromancer, that is a really good point I didn't think about. Let me take a look. Treekin, do they remove? No, that is a tree man. That's what you're thinking of. Tree man have Ancient Protector. Treekin do not. Even if they did, let's say they did. Let's just pretend. Even if they did, he would want to have paired them with Dryads instead of Eternal Guard, because Eternal Guard don't rely on physical resistance. Dryads do. But no, they don't have that. It's a tree man. I have 5 messages. What is it? What do you people want? Alright. I have another replay to save, and then more replays to save. IDK how you send replays, but this isn't... Oh, Professor Evil, you sent it perfectly. Verak sent me something. I'll allow it. Why am I getting so many messages full of replays in a stream where I want people to message me their replays? This is messed up. Alright, we have Zero the Fool. I'm going to cast that game because it's been too long. I've missed Zero. Zero is back, ladies and gentlemen. Kyle, I will get to that in just 1 second. 1 second, Mr. Kyle. Zero played a lot of Changebringer. He used to be a Changebringer one-trick and trying to make him work. He took a lot of Sisters of Twilight with the Changebringer. Wait, the Changeling. Sorry, not Changebringer. Changeling. The Lord nobody ever uses. So he's back. He's playing Khorne versus Fallen Nephen. And then Kyle Lavelle pops in with the 5 gifted memberships. What a legend. We love Kyle. Kyle actually does donate a lot. I recognize you. I see the things you do to support this channel. So for Khorne, since we're hovering over them, we have Chaos Knights. Don't see that very often. Triple Minotaurs, the great weapons. Marauders in the front line. Valkia, and then Karanak with a sneaky dog special forces flank. Commander Karanak leading the pup patrol. No side for the Beastmen, the Fallen Nephen. Centaurs are throwing axes, 4 of them falling back behind Zongors. Morgar the Shadow Gave with his Chaos Spawn summon, and a Brace Shaman Wild with just Traderkin. Ooh, and is that Savage Dominion? Summons a Cygor. I think that spell is ass, but it is very funny. You have 2 Centaurs of Grey Opens, 2 Archers, and 1 Minotaur of their own. Chaos Knights get a little overextended. fighting Zongors with a quick charge, and they did a little bit of damage to Zongors, but the counter charge to the Minotaurs plus the overhand shots of 4 throwing axes was a lot for the Chaos Knights to deal with. In comes the Spear of Sleipnir, zerping and flurping. Archer reference? Anybody? Anybody watched Archer? The old zerp and flurp. Anyway, moving on. No more quotes about that. As the Minotaurs pile in, they scream, Lana! Alright, I'm done. No more Archer references. Zongors taking it in the bum from the Minotaurs. Phrasing anybody? I'll leave it alone. I'll be done. You is annoying and cringe. You're annoying and cringe. Zongor summons out. Yay! It still sucks ass! But it's gonna try. It's gonna do its best. Valkia was trying to snipe out the Brave Shaman in a while, but Morgur uses his first Chaos Spawn summon to hold Valkia back. They will swarm her quickly. In the back line, Karanak is trying to help fight the Beastmen. These are Centaur's great weapons. Their great weapons are not helping them much versus the dogs, but still being a large target versus dogs is generally pretty good because on impact you can do a lot of damage. Though, however, it looks like they didn't get a clean charge on the Chaos Warhound, so if their leadership doesn't break, those dogs will actually do a lot of damage. Traderkin is out onto the Minotaur's Corn as Morgur just holds down this front line, continues to cause issues and keep everybody nice and in place as the Cygor is throwing in. But Beastmen are taking lead on the balance of power. Beastmen do have a fraudulent lead of 2 Chaos Spawn summons and a Cygor running around. So we'll see how long that lead actually lasts when the summons start to fade. But the Traderkin caster got to safety. Valky is still chilling. And for Khorne, we still have a lot of Minotaurs, and now Morgur might be compromised. Morgur is not large, so the anti-large bonus doesn't factor in, but Khorne is never low on melee attack. So Morgur's in trouble, no matter what. The Minotaur is still pushing through. The Chaos Spawn summon will last for 13 more seconds, but Morgur is fleeing to safety. So what is left for the Beastmen here? A lot of routing units. We do have some Centaurs getting a downhill charge onto dogs, but there's 2 dogs there for 1 Centaur, plus Karanak, so that's going to be problematic. Beastmen still have 4 very healthy, lots of ammunition. Centaurs are throwing axes. That'll be good. And they have their second and final Chaos Spawn summon out of Morgur. That's the involuntary one that only happens if something gets low enough. Beastmen rallying on the top side. On the low ground, we have 2 very healthy Minotaurs, 2 healthy Marauders, Karanak and Valkia. Really the heart of Khorne's power left in this game is conjugated down here. But the main problem, congregated down here, not that one. Not conjugated, that's a different word. What we do need is Traderkin's cast down here. If you're going to pile up all your resources into one area, then that nice big AoE punishment spell will be really good. But he does need to stay away from Karanak, who can silence him. And if I was actually playing Khorne right now, you just want to get Karanak to stop the Brave Shaman from doing this over and over again. Just Traderkin. Or if he summons a Cygor. Because while I shit on the Cygor and I go, ha, Cygors are stupid. I mean, if he's throwing into a giant clump of Minos, yeah, the Cygor will do a lot of damage. So either way, that caster needs to be stopped, and that is Karanak's whole job. But Valkia is massacring Morgur right now. I have never seen someone take down Morgur this quickly. He normally takes forever to kill in melee, no matter what you do. But Valkia is having no issues getting hit after hit after hit on him. The last Chaos Spawn summon is going to fade away in 9 seconds as throwing axes try and peel a little bit for Morgur. It's not working, and he is now running for his life. And the Beastmen are getting back a little bit of a second win from the high ground. Those guys they bailed out earlier. We do have Ungor Raiders coming back into range. Regular Beastmen Minotaurs trying to charge into their Khorne counterparts. They are outnumbered, outgunned, and outstatted, though, so they will die super fast. As Valkia looks like she's going to finish off Morgur, and that might tip the game into the unlosable state for Khorne. Because if Beastmen losing Morgur, they're going to lose a whole bunch of their random dudes that are barely clinging to leadership as soon as he dies. Which is one more hit from Valkia from happening, but it looks like he's just going to shatter off the map, so that'll take a while. If she had killed him, then these archers would have routed very quickly, and it would just be 4 Centaurs running out of ammo, and then a Wildcaster is going to die. Human Boy is wise and clever. Nicer things have never been said about someone who didn't deserve them. Valkia should be deleted from the game. Oh, why do you hate Valkia? She's around all the time, but that's more of a why don't you buff the other Khorne lords rather than just leave Valkia as the only one that's any good. How's Valkia slapping so hard? I don't know. That was crazy. She didn't miss anything. She's still not missing anything. I mean, I know she has a crazy high melee attack and got a charge onto him. I'm not saying it's like it just feels like usually something goes wrong. Right? It's not... The stats don't always matter, but for Valkia this game, stats are the only thing that matters. She hits him again and again and again. Another Traderkin is out, but it is too late to save the Beastmen. Balance power dips very far away from them. Karanak and his little net causing issues for the poor Bray Shaman. I'm going to say 2 more hits and then army losses. There's 1. There's 2. No army losses. I was wrong. I was wrong and stupid, as I tend to be. Dogs closing in on the archers. We have some centaurs. Still a lot of HP back there, but not a lot of ammo. And hybrid melee and ranged centaurs with no ammo is not going to beat all this stuff. Not even close. So dogs just flock around the Beastmen, get some more free kills, and there is army losses. Centaurs will go back to the plains. Valkia can't knock him down. I don't know if Morgr can get knocked down by anybody, but yeah, if Valkia just can't knock him down at all, then that would certainly help a lot. Minos did okay. Chaos Knights of Khorne got thrown a bit away. That'd be a bit of a whoopsie, but Valkia putting on a huge performance to take the game back. Nice try from the Beastmen. I don't love the Cygor summon, other than that it was fine. Build's fine. Centaurs. Who's messaging me in the way? Oh, yes, that one. I remember that one. Oh, yeah, okay, so you remember at the start where I was saying all the things going wrong with this tournament? And then, this one's just my fault. I accidentally generated a 5th round, which you normally ever only have 4 rounds. So, then I fucked it up. So this tournament's gotten out of control, you guys. It's completely wilded. Walk versus Beastmen. Oh, that's pretty fun. Oh, no. Professor Evil with the Changebringers. But that is double Mutant Rat Ogre. That's Scarbrand versus Tarmaka. What? Where did these good games come from? Why are good games allowed? Is nobody playing Skaven today? Dude, it's right here. I got you. Kaidus is on it. Professor Evil versus Kaidus. Double Mutant Rat Ogre, Packmaster, and Skrulk. Versus Changebringers. And spoiler, if both those Poison Globes get taken out, there's literally nothing that can hurt the Changebringers at all. Skaven did not bring any Gutter Runners or Night Runners to shoot at those guys. On the side of Professor Evil, we have Chosen of Tzeentch with Halberds, Eocold Hellbrass, Knights of Immolation, Chaos Fairies, Shrieking Sky Rays, the Changebringers, and a Herald of Tzeentch of Metal with Final Transmutation and Searing Doom. More Centaurs on the back line. You almost never see Chosen versus Skaven because Poison Globes are amazing at killing any tier of infantry. For the Skaven, we have Plague Monks, Globes, double Mutant Rat Ogre, a Packmaster to heal them up, Lord Skrulk with his Summon and Rod of Corruption, and Rat Ogres, Clan Rats, and that is about it. Globes are probably going to throw at the Chosen of Tzeentch any second here. Watch your 7 million gold unit get deleted beneath the power of Globes. Poison Globes don't do nearly as much damage against infantry as they used to, but it's still quite solid. And plenty to deal with these Chosen fucks. Big damage and a big loss for Tzeentch losing those super elite boys. Eocold's also surrounded. The Changebringers are here. And a nice big Final Transmutation. It is even overcast onto 4 single out entities. Owie, owie, owie. That is huge value for Tzeentch, as the Changebringers are also lighting up those globes to try and... They're trying to secure their own safety. Really nice bolt of change. So that then they can do whatever they want. But the Changebringers have extremely low ammunition. So I think that's the last volley they get to fire at the globes. Then they need to focus on the single entities. No, they're shooting at Clan Rats with their precious ammunition. No! No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Use your ammo on the big boys, please. Please, Changebringers. Don't shoot at Clan Rats. In the distance, the Knights of Immolation are routing off Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers while leading Rat Ogres on a merry chase. The Changebringers are killing another Clan Rabbit unit. Like, sure, bro, you're killing the fuck out of them, but you're built for greater things. Centaur's getting a good surround on the Skaven, and a lot of Skaven are routing. The balance of power is about 50-50 after that huge final transmutation from the Herald of Tzeentch. He got almost 2,000 value off that final trans. And Aecold is just holding down the single entities of the Skaven. He's like, fucking try me, brother. He's power recharging as fast as he can to get another brutal final transmutation. Now as the Changebringers use all their ammo on random garbage. No! Not random garbage! You could be killing so many things in the middle of the map. I'm upset and I'm angry and I'm mad. Knights of Immolation get dragged down by Rat Ogres. Tzeentch is all of a sudden falling very far behind. No! God, why is this happening? Tzeentch still trying to get their second final transmutation in the game, but already their ground forces have all fallen apart. Their air forces can't hold for very long as the Knights of Immolation and the Screamers get taken out. Chosen are back at it again, trying to fight. Black Knight, who I'm going to be fighting later for Vermin League playoffs, later today, throwing in the 10 Canadian dollars, which, let me check my notes, is equal to 2 American cents, because America is the real country, and Canada is a lie. Propagated by the British to make us feel inferior, but there is no Canada. No one's been there. If you go north of the United States, it's just the edge of the world, and you just fall off into Niagara Falls. And Tzeentch loses. I'm sad. I feel like Tzeentch was doing some really good stuff in the early game, but the Changebringer target priority wasn't quite there, and they couldn't get off that huge second final transmutation, which that one's not like a tactical mistake, it's just couldn't get it off because the game is pretty short, but... Yeah, Changebringers are great at killing really expensive targets. They're terrible at cleaning up chaff because of their... The problem isn't their damage. Their damage is fantastic. The problem is their low ammunition. So if you're spending it on stuff that's not worth your time, then it just sucks, unfortunately. $10 creative assembly dollars. Oh, those are worth tons of money. Those are worth all the money. Look at that final transcaster, though. One big overcast, 2,700 value from that blob. Just took that blob and slammed it. You thought they were the opposite? Oh, yeah, that's fair. No, they're snipers. Aim them at the most expensive thing. Because their damage is nuts, as we saw. They'll kill anything. Single entity, multi-entity, infantry, cavalry, monsters. They'll kill anything. The problem is how many shots they get. They don't get a lot of shots. So you just gotta aim them at stuff that, like, really matters. But I liked your flank. Like, you were breaking a lot of Skaven stuff. That was lit. I liked it, Professor Evil. I was on your team. Alright, people are in round 4. I think it is official. That's happening. I'm gonna try and make life easier on my tournament players. So I can drop computer. And I can drop Boo Woo. Hi, Hazel! Hi, buddy! Who's my buddy? Who's my buddy? Drop Boo Woo. Then drop computer. Okay. There. I dropped them, so hopefully people have less confusion in the late brackets. Oh, righty, what are we doing? What's going on? Scarbrand versus Tamarcon or Archaon versus the Beastmen? Scarbrand and Tammy Tam. Hazel stream? Nah, Hazel doesn't like being on stream. She doesn't know what to say. She gets nervous. Also, I don't have the camera plugged in. Hayseed versus Kensky. Scarbrand and the Soul Grinder versus Tamarcon. Looks like he is on foot. Nurgle brought 5 Pestigors, 4 Chaos Furies, the Noxbringer, Soul Grinder of Nurgle, ROR, Angels of Decay, Plague Drone, Death's Heads, Then we have Tamarkan, the Maggot Lord himself, in the flesh, and a Nurgle Sorcerer with Stream of Corruption and Fleshy Abundance. On the other side, 4 Khorne. 2 Marauder Horsemen throwing axes, a Soul Grinder, 3 Minos, one of which is regular, the other 2 have great weapons, Scarbrand, and a front line of Marauders with dual weapons. Front lines are collapsing in. Khorne losing very badly to the Pestigors. And I suppose the Death's Heads are helping out a little bit here and there, but... ooh, and the Noxbringer. Okay, yep. Marauders of Khorne, you're off the hook. That one's not your fault. Elsewhere, the Pestigors are getting roasted, where the Minotaurs are helping out quite a lot. So both front lines taking a lot of damage, and Scarbrand is just sizing up the opportunity, but ooh. Tamarkan finds himself in a duel with the Soul Grinder, who's getting shot in the back by Death's Heads here and there. And Tamarkan himself is an anti-large duelist with 80 melee attack from the Black Cleaver. And that is already a dead Soul Grinder of Khorne. Khorne is slamming the front line, however, and that is going to be a big problem for Nurgle in the future. As now Scarbrand is rolling up next to Tamarkan and all these Minotaurs. He's trying to angle so he can rampage the Angel of Decay down into him. Yep, there we go. Really good stuff there. And then Scarbrand will fight them. Looks like Minos are even going to come over. Maybe even these Marauder Horse with throwing axes. They're just going to try and punish these guys who still have over half their ammunition. Really want to kill a few models while they're still on the ground. Rampage wears off. Scarbrand's still going nuts. Minos trying to help out. And do the Angels of Decay get into the sky? They do. They run away. Didn't actually take that much damage, all things considered. Bounce power is similar, though Nurgle is up slightly. That'll change if the Noxbringer gets deleted by these Minos who are running up. But it looks like they're still... They are getting movement orders. The player knows about them. They're not actually chasing these Pestigors off into the wilderness. Scarbrand is here. Used the linked animation with the Noxbringer to do a jumping high five, and he ends up winning out. His Pestigors will be gone soon, leaving the Minos and Scarbrand all alone with the Noxbringer, but not alone for long, as the Death's Heads and Tamarkan cavalry is coming. But more and more Khorne Minotaurs are coming down here as well. And Scarbrand would love to take a fight with Tammy Tam on top of a bunch of Minotaurs. Looks like the Chaos Furies and Nurgle are trying to stop that from happening, slowly dragging the Minotaurs to a stop as the Noxbringer gets a Fleshy Abundance to try and keep him in this game for a little bit longer. Scarbrand is going to run away from Tamarkan, already down to half HP. Ow. Ow, says Ice. The Death's Heads just do so much damage to Scarbrand. More Marauders coming back in. Minos still coming to the fight. We are losing some more Chaos Furies in the sky. The amount of time they can stall is coming to an end, as their HP falls too far. Now, Big Timmy is a big target, meaning all these great weapons do get their bonus versus large against him. Noxbringer's still down to half HP. And the Death's Head continue to run Scarbrand off the map. Now he's getting protected a little bit by Skirmish Cav that'll throw up into those guys, as Furies once again dive onto the Khorne forces. Noxbringer is holding all these guys down. He ain't giving up just yet. Takes a couple axes to the face. His leadership dips, but not even close enough to really consider demonic instability. And Scarbrand is just hanging out, avoiding the Death's Heads as best he can, who have 2 ammunition left, which they are going to fire at a giant cluster of Minotaurs. Great target. Should do a lot of damage. They're missing a lot of those shots, unfortunately. Scarbrand gets another rampage off, runs in. Now the Death's Heads are about out of ammunition anyway, so they're just going to get a good surround on him. But oof, that was big damage. Wrathful Reaper is popped. Plus he has that Fueled by Rage when he's low on HP. So lots of big damage from Scarbrand as he is slamming the Angels of Decay. Hasn't taken that much damage since he forced them to land, which is good. Minos have almost killed the Noxbringer. They did a lot of damage to Tamarkan, who probably wants to die close to Scarbrand, so his Feast of the Maggot Lord hits him. That would be really, really great for Nurgle. Elsewhere, Furies still control the mobile game. The Noxbringer is dead. Scarbrand's still trying to fight his way out, though I'm worried about this guy. Because you can't even, burst him and just be like, oh, he'll die. He cannot die when he's in that state. Scarbrand needs to get away. It looks like Tamarkan's trying to stay close to him when he dies, so he can just take Scarbrand with him for free. I kind of want him to take a bunch of damage all of a sudden, because I just want to see it happen. I want to see the Curse of the Maggot Lord actually matter. They're all pathing away. They don't want to deal the final shot to him while Scarbrand's in range. Oh, he knows. He knows. Alright, now they can kill him. Damn. I mean, good play from Khorne, but I'm sad. Scarbrand needs to turn and fight because his leadership is dipping too much from getting hit in the back there. You can see as soon as he takes the fight, he rallies. So he does just have to fight, and now Minotaurs are going to get a beautiful rear charge in onto these Death's Heads. Scarbrand is still dying off. Do we have a tier 2 army ability of Khorne to keep him in the fight for just a little bit longer or not? And he rallies again. He's doing okay. Tamarkan did officially die. Curse the Maggot Lord went off, but Scarbrand was not in range. And now without him, the leadership of Nurgle falls apart, meaning these Furies are going to kill themselves off pretty soon. Khorne is ahead on the balance of power by quite a lot. Sorcerer Nurgle is even pushed off. And it's just these Death's Heads and Chaos Furies trying to do something, but Scarbrand is held on. And to whoever out there cursed Valkia last game, I mean, Scarbrand did well this game. Come on, he's a boy. He's a lad. Scarbrand's going to run down this little Chaos Sorcerer. Yeah! Let's watch his health to see if it actually gets hit. Oh yeah, it gets hit. He gets dumped. I thought Hazel was the dog. Yeah, Hazel's the dog. What's up with Furies flying in that line formation? I don't know. That's just been a Warhammer problem, brother. Edgelord just submitted 4 Skaven games. So for Contrarian out there who is like, we need more Skaven games, I'm saving 4 of them right now. And then there's this. And then there's this. And the new player, Hayseed, wins again. We saw him lose earlier, Leonor, but still. He did lose earlier. He lost, actually, the first game of the stream, I think he lost. No, second game. Second game of the stream, he lost. Ooh, Death's Heads with 3,200 value. Very nice. You want to see some Storm Vermin? That might be too much to ask. That might not be real. What are we doing? What's going on? What's happening? Checking on the bracket. Most people are in round 5. Most people. There's a couple in 4. Most are on 5. Slayers versus Nurgle. Fuck it. I don't know why we're getting so much Nurgle today, and so much specifically Tamarkan's Nurgle, but whatever. We'll do it. $5 to the first person that wins with Queek and 5 Storm Vermin. Ow. And 5 Storm Vermin. That's gonna be tricky. Verak in his full Slayer build. Okay. We got 2 Goblin Hewers, Slayers, Slayer Pirates, Long-Drawn Slayer Pirates, the Brotherhood of Grimnir, other Slayers, and Doomseekers, led by Malachi McKayson with his shoot gun. And shooting. Okay. On the other side for Nurgle, we have the usual Pestigors, Marauders, Pestigors, and Marauders, and then Pestigors, and then some Marauders to mix in there to make sure you keep it fresh. Chaos Furies and Dogs every which way. A Blight Boil Caster. And then Tamarkan, the Maggot Lord, on his Toad Dragon. Blight Boil is ass. It just sucks. What up, Batansky? How you doing? The Slayer Pirates getting some shots off onto the Nurgle front line as the Brotherhood of Grimnir fight it out. Chaos Furies fly right over the line into the Goblin Hewer, which let's see them fire the axes into the big boy. Is anybody going to stop him? Get ready for damage. Fire! Deranged munitions! You have so much damage! Go, go, go! Choo, choo, choo! Why aren't two of them firing? Now they are, but they only got off. They got a quarter of his HP. It's some, but it's not as much as I wanted. Now the Slayers are fighting it out. Dealing with a whole bunch of Nurgle bastards eating them alive. Hey, the other one's back online and firing! As Malachi takes a whole bunch of damage, Nurgle's favored son tries to keep him safe, as does the Black Cleaver. Chaos Furies are in, but that is a ton of damage out of the Goblin Hewer. Yeah, it's getting up to 1,000 value. Go, Goblin Hewer, go! Hew that son of a bitch! Look at all those axes! He's taking so much damage. He's got to get back in range of Malachi before the Curse of the Maggot Lord goes off. He's got to get back to the Dwarven Bastard. There comes a Blight Boil down the middle. Doesn't even do any damage. Or does Tarmacon die? What is going on? There comes that Blight Boil. Dodge it, you stupid Slayer fucks. Oh my god! So much damage for Check's notes. 13 Winds of Magic! That's not a lot of damage. I'm being a shitter, but... Nurgle's still closing in on all sides. Slayers are taking a lot of damage as Malachi's trying to shoot Tarmacon. Tarmacon's waddling away like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Just take me home. La Barbara. There is no healing for him unless he gets a tier 2 fecundity. So I don't exactly know what he's trying to achieve by running away. There is nowhere for you to go. There is no safe space. As the Slayer Pirates continue to fire into Pestigor's faces, Doomseekers cleaving through fools with their weird chain axes. And in the distance, Malachi is getting run down by the Chaos Sorcerer of Nurgle currently. As the Brotherhood of Grimnir stands strong. Still very high on HP. And Tammy Tam is back. He's just got, dude, he's got a YOLO Malachi. Because then, if you get near him, Curse of the Maggot Lord will kill him off anyway. But running around like this, you're just in his range, he's going to be shooting at you. Boom, there comes a shot. You got to get in there. Get in there. Kill that bitch. Elsewhere, some of the Goblin Slayers or the Goblin Hewer crew are dying. Tammy Tams is still getting shot by Malachi off in the distance. He's going for a breath attack on the Doomseekers, though that's going to do a lot of friendly fire. Did actually do good damage to the Doomseekers, but he's down to 700 HP. He's got to get in range of Malachi. He's got to get in there. What are you doing? No! He's backing off. He's just trying to save his breath attacks. I guess I can appreciate that. Chaos Fury is going to stop Malachi from shooting him on the way out, and they'll get some decent damage in. 45 melee defense, but 0 armor means all their shots will count. Nurgle's ahead on the balance of power as the Slayer forces are starting to just fall apart. This is pretty typical of Slayer-only builds. Is they're all paying for Unbreakable, but that means they're, paying for a lot of... They're paying for Unbreakable, but it means you have a smaller and less effective army, so generally the other chaff can just weigh you down. Tamarcon's back in the fight. Thinking about hopping in there with Curse of the Maggot Lord. I just want to see it do something, man. That's all I want. It's Malachi shooting at him. If Tamarcon dies, his leadership of his army is going to tank, which is going to be a big problem. Nurgle's favored son is out, and a fecundity is cast on this giant blob, but he wasn't a part of the blob. He didn't get the fecundity. But at least he's in range 4. Favored son of Nurgle in the curse of the Nurgle son just died. Dude, just let yourself die. Just kill him. I just want to see it. I just want to see it one time. Please, Tammy Tams. No, Tammy. He killed Malachi naturally. You asshole. I just wanted to see the curse of the maggot do anything. That's all I wanted. And you killed him naturally, and now you're just going to swagger out like it's not even your problem. You just walk away as all the Nurgle forces are routing. Nothing matters, and my entire day is ruined. How much of Blight Boil's damage is AP? 30%. Did Nurgle use their entire AP spell budget on Pestilent Breath? No, they only brought Blight Boil. There's another Vomit Strike. On to some Slayers. Dwarves are chasing down all the random Pestigors as best they can. That's it. Shut down the stream. I wish. As Tamarcon charges in. 80 HP. The Feast of the Maggot Lord is about to start. He has 80 HP. If he takes 79 more damage, it starts. Oh my god! There it is! Wait, no, what? It was already used? It was already used! What? No! If was already used. Okay, whatever, dude. Whatever. I don't care. Whatever. It's fine. I hate this game. This video game isn't fun. Nothing's fun. I'm gonna go play Call of Duty 17, Ghost of Tsushima edition. They let you shoot samurai swords out of a bazooka. That's pretty fun. This game isn't fun. This game's stupid. Doomseekers did fine, I guess. Slayers did fine, I guess. Goblin Heroes did well. Actually, Doomseekers and the Goblin Heroes both did great. Malachi, dumb. For Fenna, Samarkand, tried. Marauders and Nurgle did fine. Pestigores did fine. Actually, very well, considering they were fighting just Slayers. Dogs and Furies did well. GG. Did they rework it so he has to be near someone for it to trigger? I don't know. I don't know, dude. I just got sad. Like, that's the beginning, middle, and end of that story. So I got sad. People are sending me more replays. Professor Evil, this will probably be a fun one to cast. Then I'm not gonna cast it. You know me. I only cast boring ones. Go away. I don't want to cast it. Let's see what this supposedly fun one is. How are you using Coadil? You can't use Coadil. Oh god. We'll deal with it when we get there. That's funny though. Whoa! A tournament where Zero the Fool is in it, but he's not the one playing. He's not the one playing the Changebringer. That's the Changeling. That's insane. All right, we got some bangers in here. I'm just sorting through them to see if I have any duplicates. Because there's a lot of Skaven going down. All right, no duplicates. Let's get it. Oh! Good God! Good Lord! Follow Nephen just sent me a bunch of stuff. So did Pretty Steel Bonnet. Okay. Hold on. If anybody's watching the stream, there was a 5th round I accidentally generated. You'll have to refresh your page to see that one, but that's just my bad because I'm stupid. Just a heads up that that's there because I'm dumb. FYI for everybody involved. Stupid man, stupid face, me, that guy. He made another round. Why not? He was there. He's an extended roster unit. Yeah. Professor Evil, it's fine. Notice how my cadence isn't upset, it's amused. Because, here's why, real quick. If you go in here, if unit caps is on, you can't select Coadil. Because he's from the extended roster. So we don't usually allow extended roster stuff. I know, it's really dumb they put extended roster heroes right there. 100%. It's the stupidest fucking thing ever, but technically. But it's a new player tournament, dude. We're just having some fun. So I will inform you that that is the case, but I will not get mad at you. I refuse to. There are people who want me to be mad at you, and I tell them to go to heck. Alright, we already cast that one. I'm just going through these and deleting ones we've already done, or I have somewhere else. We have that one somewhere else. Cathay. Okay. More dwarves. Okay. We have that one. Cool. Let's get into it. What about Skaven versus Slaanesh? Is that a Shoxy build? Shoxy is the only person on this planet I know that takes the Allurus. So Kaminsky is joining an elite club. All right, let's do this. What do we got? Skaven. We saw this build from Kaidus earlier. Rat Ogres, Clan Rats, Globes, and then we have the Packmaster, Double Mutant Rat Ogre, and Lord Skrug. On the other side for Slaanesh, we have Seekers, Hellstriders, Fiends, Devoted Marauder frontline with Sigvald, and then an Alluress of Slaanesh, who chucked down a Locus of Swiftness to make these guys even faster. She has Lash of Slaanesh and Slicing Shards to deal with blobs. Go, Slaanesh, go! Is triple rat ogre some matchup text, or is it more common now? Regular rat ogres are super common everywhere all the time. Mutant rat ogres, that is only this player is doing that. I've only seen Kaidus do that ever. So I hope that answers your question. Now the fiends are fighting on top of clan rats, and then they're going to throw down a slicing shards. Oh, and slicing shards can actually do a good amount of damage to monster symmetry if they're all clumped up. Oh, but slicing shards. Slice my shards! Go! Go! Hit him! Not as much damage on the rat ogres as I wanted, but it'll rout off the spears, and then the rat ogres will be alone versus a bunch of fiends and stuff, and they'll get torn apart slowly. Princes of Perfection doing okay, but Sigvald is in here, and Sigvald is one of the original terrors against this Skaven. Warriors of Chaos matchups in Warhammer 2 used to be tough because Sigvald or Sartorial could be coming. Either of them is very good against Skaven, but you had to handle them in very different ways. So Sigvald is back, showing his power, and Mutant Rat Ogres, I mean, they're armor-piercing, decent duelists, but Sigvald should still mess him up, especially with his healing, if he has support nearby. The mobility of Slaanesh is doing a good job routing off this extra Skaven stuff. They do need to hurry up and get back here, but they are doing a good job for now, as the Alluress is also running off some Clan Rats, Fiends are running off some other things. They're getting good chase down. They're getting lots of kills for army passive, but Sigvald is fighting a 3v1. He's like, listen, my brothers, I will hold, but you need to eventually come to my aid. Hey, somebody, anybody, help me. I am Sigvald the Magnificent, not Sigvald the fucking guy you could just abandon in the ditch and you'll just be okay. Bros. Bros before hoes and hoes before bros. Get over here. Somebody help me. Sigvald's getting his ass kicked. Still have a bunch of mobility trying to chase around these plague monks and stuff. Sigvald is going to rout. He's going to run for his little life. As he tries to hold on, Liber Bubonicus is hitting him, and his melee defense can't protect him from that kind of spell. Oh my god, he's going to rout. Oh, there he goes. And he is dead. Sigvald is dead. Skrulk trying to stay alive with some Clan Rat summons. His Fiends surround him, but Skrulk is very, very good against Fiends. I actually just released a video about that recently. He is my anti-Fiend tech. Versus Demons Caster Slaanesh, I take Skrulk, and then I kill Fiends. Slaanesh is in a bad spot, because now Sigvald has died, and Skrulk has contaminated, so anybody who's fighting Skrulk is going to take both the leadership, the leader being dead, and the contaminated leadership debuffs, making any demonic units fighting him extra squishy. Like, look at this. Look at these guys. Full HP and still thinking about demonic instability crumbling as 2 mutant rat ogres hit him in the back of the head. But what is this? Skrulk's coming up with contaminate, and if it touches them, their leadership's going to go so low that they'll actually just crumble. Oh my god, somebody save him! 7 leadership while almost at full HP! This can't be! This is impossible! No! They're gonna die! Okay, now that they're actually fighting back, they're rallying quite a lot as they're getting good damage out. Another Slicing Shards is down onto these Clan Rats to get them to rout, but the Rat Ogres look like they'll be able to finish off Princes of Perfection. We still have healthy Fiends and Seekers running around doing their best, but they need to join the fights that actually matter rather than picking off stuff. I know it's important to run things off the battlefield, but yeah. Slaanesh dedicated to the fight while they're running stuff off, so then they just had a little bit of asymmetry there. Fiends actually going to demonic instability crumble now. The leadership debuffs taking their toll. I don't know if Slaanesh has it left in him to kill the Skaven heroes. Nurgle should get a monster that looks like a tardigrade. What is a tardigrade? Packmaster and the Mutant Rat Ogre is trying to chase down these Seekers and Hellstriders that are attempting to get away for now. Meanwhile, Fiends fighting in the forest. There's a tier 3 army ability of Slaanesh, Fascination on the Plague Monks. The Rampage is less important than the damage in this situation because they're already going to fight whatever was around them. But the Seekers should get picked off pretty quickly. And Slaanesh is just trying to, like, isolate any pocket of resistance and kill it. But I don't think they have anything left to deal with the Hero Hammer. At this point, I will play it on ×2 speed unless something crazy happens. But good wrap around from Slaanesh here. Taking out a lot of Rat Ogres, and that is good work. I don't think it matters, but that is good work. Just, like, I don't think it matters because, like, look at how healthy these 4 single entities are, and they still have infantry spear support, and Slaanesh has 2 Fiends and an Alluress. That's not really a recipe for success. Skrulk throws out Rout of Corruption, but it's not targeted, it just follows him, so he wasn't in range to actually apply it, but it doesn't matter, his armor losses hits. Good game here from Kensky and Kaidus. Rat Ogres did well. Globes got massacred instantly, but the rest of the army did what it needed to. For Kensky, it was bold. It was brash. And Fiends are trash. You can't say that! Fiends are trash! You're trash! You're stupid! Meh. Well, Fiends are trash versus a roster with a lot of spears and magic damage, so think about that. Verak versus Pretty Steel Bonnets. Warriors of Chaos versus Beastmen. Tardigrades look like little pigs with saw blades for a mouth. So you mean Razor Gores? Got him. Archaon! The Ever-Chosen! We also have a Rot Knight, Triple Trolls, Doom Knights of Tzeentch, and a Marauder frontline, one of which is of Khorne. On the other side, for the Beastmen, Butchers of Kalkagard, backed up by a Jabbersaith, and then Centaurs with throwing axes. Very Shame No Shadows with Enfeebling Foe, Pit of Shades, Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma. Harpies, Triple Gold Chevron Zongors, Korok's Man Rippers, and an Ungor Raider. That is bold. Who's their lord? Oh yeah, Very Shame No Shadows. We covered that. Archaon is in here. He's fighting. As I'm going to start a YouTube poll, he's going to fight on his own. Hey! There we go. Alright, Archaon's killing some fools. As I started up a poll, it took me too long because I was not typing the right spot. But I don't know if Gold Chevron Zongors can even withstand the might of Marauders of Khorne and Trolls, all buffed up by Fight or Die from Archaon. That's pretty brutal. You know what else is brutal? Jabbersaith and the Butchers of Kalkagard absolutely massacring these Armored Chaos Trolls and Marauders. The Doom Knights of Tzeentch dive in, though I'm not sure that is really going to be a good fight for them, as there's a lot of armor piercing nearby, and Archaon even throws down a Burning Head to get rid of those Zongors. 2 Gold Chevron Zongors just out of the fight. Damn. Rot Knights trying to join in. They will get caught up on their own Doom Knights here and there a little bit, but they do overall get a good charge on the Butchers of Kalkagard, so things are going okay here. And the Beastman Lord is getting beaten up right now. Korok's Man Rippers and the other Zongors. What was that? I just saw something. Oh, it is a Pit of Shades. We will not miss this Pit of Shades right here. That's going to kill all these guys. Oh! Sir! Sir, the winds themselves, they attack us. Some sort of gash in reality appears to be sucking me in, sir. I can hear the voices of the damned and the dying. Anyway, Jabbersaith's going to start draining down people. Now their leadership is low enough. Butchers of Kalkagard still trying to hold and keep the Bray Shaman safe. But that is a lot. There's so many bodies I can't even find the Bray Shaman. Yeah, he's going to rout, because I would rout too. Elite Zongors are the Chosen of Tzeentch at home. We have Chosen of Tzeentch at home! Frickin' Triple Gold Chevron Zongors. Because they're stuck just fighting these random Chaos Trolls. And losing, I might add. Where is Archaon? I haven't seen him for a while. Oh, he's in the fight that matters as soon as I looked away. Flaming Sword of Ruin is out for the Warriors of Chaos to get extra damage on the Butchers of Kalkagard, who do have regeneration, so they are weak to fire. As I try and rotate my camera, it keeps teleporting me. Just rotate. Rotate, you stupid bitch! Hey. Alright, I guess I'm stuck at this angle forever. Nope, there we go. Finally rotated. So Archaon's down in there. And he killed the Bray Shaman just as I highlighted it. So now the leadership of the Beastmen is going to tank. For some reason, I thought the Jabbersaith was on Archaon's team, so I guess it's Archaon and a bunch of trolls versus a Jabber. Okay. Doom Knights get a rear charge on the Butchers of Kalkagard. Going to rout them off as Armored Chaos Trolls come in to help out. Dogs are also going to rear charge this area, and oh, these guys are going to break like instantly. On impact, the Harpies go, and the Harpies should take the Zongors with them because nearby allies routing. And they'll be like, no, our allies are routing, no. Take us with you, dear leader. Wow, those Zongors actually held. Triple Gold Chevron's doing a lot of work. But the Butchers have shattered, Chaos has rallied a mighty host, and the Beastmen have rallied not so mighty a host. We have a half-health Krox Man-Rippers, a third-health Zongor, and a full-health Jabberscythe that's going to lead this army to victory. And then Burning Head comes in, takes out a Zongor, gets the Krox Man-Rippers prepped to run away because of the leadership debuff. Zarkeon's coming in on top of Dorger, and he decides against it. Just want to charge these halberds, which I get it. Archaon's just rallying with the boys. Jabberscythe is like 3 hits from the Slayer of Kings to dead. Flame Sword of Ruin is out. And it looks like our bracket is mostly wrapped up as I peek at it the other screen, but army losses is going to hit now. There they go. Who dares message request me? Ooh, there's a greenskin game. Those exist. Greenskins are a faction that exists in this game. What's funny is I don't even think greenskins are that bad, but just like nobody plays them. Which is upsetting. Edgelord. Why did Zero ping Edgelord? What's happened? Alright. We have one player in who has 2 games left to play, and everyone else is done, so I'm just checking to make sure that that's correct, or if they just haven't reported their scores in a while. Rot Knights and the Doom Knights did okay. Chaos Trolls did fine. Archaon did fine. Pretty Steel Bonnet. The Zongors did not come close to paying for themselves in any capacity. Alright. I think this will be the game that I'll cast in my old-timey voice. We'll cast this while I wait on my response, but we got 26 vote, 85% said yes, so let's go. Are Bolt Throwers, Wolf Chariots, Hyrule Titan, Tyrnok Chariots, Skylanter a fail unit? Bolt Throwers pretty easily can be remedied, as we saw with the Dwarven Bolt Throwers, so that's fine. Hyrule Titan, he's kind of okay now. I would just make him have a lot more splash damage so he can just clear infinite infantry. Okay, here we go. Oh no, I'm nervous. Why am I nervous? The young men of the Empire are going to fight against the dastardly forces of Khorne. Who is on the front line for our dashing young lads? Ooh, great swords. Many a great sword taken to the field of combat today to fight against evil itself. Go get 'em, boys in blue. Backing them up are some spearmen, of course, and Sterling's Revenge, the rather baldy boys from the bar. Hopefully they're not drunk enough to shoot straight, eh, lads? Hey! In the front we have Volkmar the Grim and a Warrior Priest, a little bit of faith to help out them lads. Look at them go. And a Death Wizard! I don't like death. I have never heard an old-timey caster talk about death, so I don't really know how to handle that one. On the other side, Marauders as far as the eye can see. And Minotaur is already slamming into the front lines, chopping down the great swords with abandon. No! And Doom strikes on the flanks as flaming horses attack the men of Sigmar. My golly, my gosh. Karanak, a rather good boy. Look at that pupper go. He's charging straight into the back line. Doesn't really know where he wants to be, but he's probably going to find that there Deathcaster. That's a lot of pretty pooches surrounding that fucking nerd. I couldn't grasp what to say. So I just went with fucking nerd. Alright. I can't focus. Chaos Knights are just plastering these crotchmen. I can't do it. That fucking nerd. Oh my god, my stomach hurts. Alright, Volkmar's fine. He's running around trying to give some buffs to the random greatswords and spearmen. Empire Knights in the back, still full HP. It looks like they haven't been activated yet. But the Empire brought an all-melee build versus Khorne, which is really tough to do. Like, it is so hard to out-Khorne Khorne at meleeing. Oh. So, it is looking to be a Khorne slapfest, as now these Chaos Knights are just butchering through Imperial Greatswords. And it will not be long before the forces of Sigmar are retreating. Karanak is currently hunting down the Warrior Priest. I'm surprised he didn't keep on the end with this wizard, but he'll get to him soon enough, I think, as soon as that Warrior Priest is off the battlefield. There's not a lot of staying power left here. There's some kind of healthy... Yeah, okay, now it's over. Kind of healthy greatswords and a healthy knight near Volkmar, but with a Sword of Khorne coming down, there goes the last of the Empire's real strength. Now it's just a matter of time until they get cleaned up. Skytones are OP. Yeah. Greatswords are trash. Greatswords aren't trash, just they're very hard to make work versus Khorne, because Khorne's like the melee guy. Alright, this is just degenerated into the Empire slowly grinding down to their death. There's not like a lot of analysis to do where it's like, yeah, Khorne is currently throwing their stats against the Empire's stats, and we're just waiting for the Empire to realize it is lost. The boys in blue, defeated. Desolate and alone, they return to their homes. Maybe there they will find solace in the comfort of their loved ones and families. Good try, lads, but the Dark Gods rule all. All hail Khorne. You know, that Khorne, he's quite a looker. I don't know why my weird 1950s announcer starts hitting on Khorne. I'm not sure on the lore on that one. Oh god. Alright, Volkmar's just grinding out. I'm gonna fast forward because this is Doom. There we go. Hayseed is his Empire melee army did not work, unfortunately. For Zero, Valkia and Karanak actually didn't have to do too much. The Chaos Knights of Khorne did a lot. Minotaurs of Khorne doing great as always. Skull Cannon, why does it exist? The Skull Cannon is actually useful in a lot of kite builds. Just not usually Khorne kite. It's usually Demons of Chaos kiting around. So the Demons of Chaos use them, but that's because they have stuff to actually support kite, like they can spam blue fire while the Skull Cannons shoot. Yeah. Okay, I think the tournament is caught up now. There's one game that hasn't been reported, but it's not my problem. Edgelord and Zero have perfect runs. Does Fallen Nephen have a perfect run? Yes. Here, come with me so you're not looking at nothing. We're looking for Fallen Nephen to lose. Alright, they lost one, so they don't have a perfect run. Edgelord, 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 Edgelord. Edgelord. So Edgelord confirmed has 5 wins. Zero the Fool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking for the middle one. There it is, 5. So Zero has 5 wins. That's a 4. We saw a loss. Bongo, Verak, Zater. Does anybody have 2 bye rounds? Well, Zatir has 2 unreported games. That's a win. So did they beat Kensky? Okay. I'll keep looking. Because we have 2 confirmed people who are in finals. I just need to know if... Okay. He's currently fighting him right now. Got it. Johnny Cash and Hayseed also have 3. Verak and Bongo have 3. So there's a Bongo loss, so I can stop paying attention to that, because it's not a perfect run. We've seen Hayseed lose. Johnny Cash has a bye round right here. So we're looking for a Johnny Cash loss. Win, win, loss. Okay, so they're out. We saw Bongo. Verak. Verak is the only one left I need to check for. Any losses? Win. Loss. Okay. So yes. We are waiting on Zertier versus Krasinski. Great. Okay, so this is how this is going to work. Okay. So finals time. We have Edgelord and 0. Zertier might be undefeated. So we will do this. Edgelord 0. And then if Zert loses to Krem, it's over. If Zert wins, then he is also 5-0 and will fight winner. Good. Good. Okay. So finals or semifinals is starting right now, depending on who wins. Let us keep casting things. So now we're getting into the territory of I'm not going to cast everything here because there's too many things. So now we got to start casting the stuff we really want to see. I do want to see the change boy. Zitya versus Strabelstadt. Late but present. Hello, Erden. All gunpowder should have the homing trajectory? No. Zero fuel, did you do... Yes, you did see that someone took the changeling. That wasn't you. Here we are! Marauders of Tzeentch and Zongors on the front line here for Zetier. Blue Horror's backing them up. Some Chaos spawn, including the weird spawn. We have the Changeling, and he can turn into Vlad von Karstein. That's actually not bad. That's not bad versus Skaven at all. This is great. I love this. Shrieking Skyrays as well, and then... Cool. For the Skaven, we have Night Runner front line, Wolf Rats on the side, Rat Ogres on the front line, the Skaven Slaves. We do have Natty Boob with Sharpshooters, 1 Poison Globe, 2 Warp Fire Throwers, the Council Guard, and Lord Skrolk with Liber Bubonicus and Rod of Corruption, plus his Clan Rat Summon. The Skaven are trying to do a little bit of skirmishing. That's going to be tough. And Natty Boob with Sharpshooters need to be firing at something. I don't know what they're shooting at yet, but they'll get there. Ban the Changeling player. Why is he here? Because he likes Vlad von Karstein. 5 Swiss games and a final? Yeah, I accidentally hit advance round instead of refresh bracket, so I accidentally made a 5th round because I'm stupid. That was just my fault. Wow, no Lore of Life Nurgle caster? No. Apparently it's Vlad. And it's Vlad! He's in here. Vlad leading the forces of Tzeentch to a glorious victory as the Skaven Slaves all pile up onto the Marauder front line. Radogre's trying to hold these guys back too as the Skaven shooting does its job, but the Shrieking Skyrays are here to kill the Warp Fire Throwers. No! Run, my clan Scryer Fire Boys! Skaven are way up on the balance of power because the Changeling turned into Vlad, and that hurts their balance of power a lot, but, like, actually, I think Tzeentch is doing just fine. They are crumbling the Skaven's side flanks, as opposed to the front flanks. You know what it is. Anyway, Skaven flanks are crumbling. Natty Boobo's sharpshooters trying to get shots off here and there. The spawn of Tzeentch taking a lot of damage as globes are also throwing over. So there's a lot of damage going out into Tzeentch, but Skaven are cowardly fools and running away with like full HP and standard ground pop from Skrulk to try and get them back in the fight once they rally. Skaven backline is corrupted. Both Warp Fire Throwers are out of action. I don't think we'll see them this game at all, as Natty Boobo sharpshooters are now under attack. Night Runners need to run away soon. And the Curse of Years plus Master Beguilement brings Skrulk to 0 melee attack, as Vlad is trying to wade through a pile of rats to cleave Lord Skrulk. Ow. Yeah, that looks about right, as Manfred. Oof, don't let Vlad hear me say that. Anyway, as Vlad takes the fight to Skrulk, he'll be just fine, and he's going to heal up plenty from being vampire-y. Does he have the hunger? No, he just has Invocation to Heck to heal himself up. Oh, there's the hunger. He has it. Oh, he also has the Aura of Dark Grandeur? No way! So he has -4 leadership, too. I didn't know that came with. So now the Skaven's leadership is even worse in the presence of the Master Vampire. Skrulk is getting completely fisted by the Changeling right now. And the spawner closing in. It looks to be the final hour for the Skaven as everything is going to hell in a handbasket. Skrulk is routing the Council Guard, the only things really trying to hold. And Skrulk just, the Changeling just cast out Van Hell's Dan's Macabre, making everybody on Tzeentch's roster faster and higher melee attack. We're seeing some cool strategies today. I'm liking the cool strategies. From a lore perspective, who would win between Skrulk and Vlad? Vlad, by a lot. Skrulk is a filthy cheater versus anyone that's not a caster. Anyone that's not a caster, he will kill you instantly. But against casters, that's where I say it depends. If you have any form of protection or regeneration magic, which Vlad has both, then you'll be fine. But Skrulk's diseases are so powerful and so fucked up that if, like, you're a fire caster or something, you will just die as soon as you get close to him. Not even, like, physical contact. Just breathing in the aura around him will cause you to die. But Vlad, he's already dead. So the only spells and diseases you'd have to worry about would be, like, directly corrosive, but not, like, oxygen-related. Like, breathing it in, he doesn't care. And then he could just heal himself as quickly as he's getting damaged. And the Von Karstein ring would keep him pretty safe, too. So, yeah, it's just... Vlad would be particularly good against Skrulk. Dan's Macabre. Yeah. Army losses hits. The Council Guard just going to slowly grind away to dust. But Vlad, Changeling, Von Karstein leads them to a nice victory. But Blood Drinker... But Blood Drinker would get Vlad melt if he swung his sword. Oh, yeah. Sigvald? You actually just missed a Sigvald game today. Aradane. Oh, yeah, if he touched Skrulk's blood would, like, melt him. Probably, but I still think Vlad could just, like, get through it. The Von Karstein ring is ridiculous about being tanky. Like, isn't it true that he literally can't die as long as he's wearing it? So Skrulk would have to find some way to get the ring off his finger, which is not Skrulk's specialty. Alright. The weird spawn getting 1900 value is pretty good. Everything else just kind of spread the value, because most Skaven games, you tend to get a lot of value everywhere. Yeah. What was it? I wasn't paying attention. There it is. Zitter and Kensky are still fighting, so I have to deal with that. We haven't got any Cathay today. We haven't got any Corvus Glaive today. What is this? There's a Corvus Glaive game! Love Corvus Glaive. Double Cygor versus dwarves. Cygors are trash. Dwarves are great. So I think I know how this one goes. Cygors are trash. They're garbage. You can't convince me otherwise. Cygor is setting up on top of this hill. Get a good downwards angle towards the dwarves. Alright. So for the rest of the Beastmen build, we have Centaurs with throwing axes on the flank. 4 of them in total. Ungor herds along the front line. And then we do have Minotaurs in the back with Morgur, Traderkin, and Cygor Caster, and then 2 Cygors. So we could summon a 3rd Cygor if you really wanted. For the dwarves, we have a Gyrocopter with brimstone guns, 2 Gyrocopters with brimstone guns, Iron Drakes, Iron Drake Trollhammer Torpedoes, Thunderers, Dwarf Warriors, Giant Slayers, a Flame Cannon, and an Ungrim Iron Fist. A very thematic dwarf build of fire. You wanted a lot of fire with the brimstone guns and the flamethrowers and the flamethrower cannon. So the brimstone guns clearing out a lot of Ungors. The only problem with this type of build is all that fire does not do very much damage against single entities, and now we have 3 Cygors! As the Cygors are currently melting Iron Drakes. Throwing axes underneath the Gyrocopter's brimstone guns are going to push one of them off. The other one is taking a lot of damage. It seems like the Gyrocopters just don't quite know what to do because they only do damage against the infantry, which are pretty bad. Like, they don't do a lot to the Centaurs or the Cygors. And Cygors are picking off the tightly clumped up weapons teams of the dwarves. The Iron Drakes, in particular, are taking a lot of damage. Thunderers are in range to fire back at some of the Beastmen Centaurs, and this Cygor has 35 seconds left. More throws in from the Cygors. They miss a lot of it. The flame cannons are in range. How much damage do they do? So not a lot. Not a lot to the big boys. Thunderers are in range, however. Thunderers should do more damage. Trollhammer Torpedoes are also going to do a decent bit. Beastmen are ahead on the balance of power for now. One of the Cygors dies to the passage of time. One more Cygor summon in the tank for that. And the Cygors are still trying to hit the flame cannons. That is not their specialty at all. And slowly but surely, this flame cannon will eventually take down that Cygor. If he's left to his own devices. Thunder is going to get a side shot on unshielded Minotaurs. No, these guys have shields. They're just facing sideways, so they get some of it. Some of the protection. Minus Blast. Start to actually just throw at them. Not even going to throw at the Ungors. They're so unworried about the Ungors that they're just throwing at the Minotaurs for shits and giggles. One Cygor is down, forced away. The other one is still trying to throw. Going to throw sideways at this clump of Thunderers. This should be a good hit. Guaranteed. You can't possibly miss this, can you, you big stupid cow with a rock? You didn't aim at what I thought you were aiming at. You switched, but you still missed, you big stupid Cygor thing. I hate you. The other one is clawing his way out of the ground, wasting precious summon time with a very long animation. I'm not biased. I just hate Cygors. That sounds like bias. You sound like bias. As Giant Slayers are going to find the Cygor summon, who is going to throw one rock. This is the only rock that he gets to throw. He better make it count. Oh my god, he better make it count. Oh my god, he fucking missed! Oh! Why are you so bad? Now the Giant Slayers are here. They should stop him, but they're actually just going to ignore him. I don't disagree with that. I mean, he is a summon and he's a Cygor, so who cares? But I just love the fact that, like, Slayers would walk past a giant monster that crawled out of the ground. Like, just, yep, whatever. Whatever, brother. Iron Drakes make a desperate last stand, and then they all die horribly. Oh, God. They just got murdered. Thunder is getting occasional shots off. The Dwarven front line is moving up now because it has been victorious, and Giant Slayers find their way onto the Cygor summon. They're going to chop him down. It'll do some decent damage on the way out, as Ungrim might be able to solo what's left of the Beastmen army. This Cygor roars a mighty roar, but the Axe of Dargo's pop. Foe Seekers pop too. That is a lot of damage out of the little dwarf. Almost 1,000 weapon strength, especially versus large targets, which the Cygor, checks notes, is. It is large. And Ungrim's going to slam him as Thunder is shooting on the side. Something's getting summoned. It's a Chaos Spawn summon from Morgar. But the Centaur's throwing X. They're still throwing on the back line. Now the Flame Cannon has gone under the radar. It's still alive, but its flag's way over there. So no one knows. Shh, no one tell anybody that there's actually flame cannons right here that are trying to aim at the Centaurs and trying to get something done. But Ungrim is busy cleaving his way through a Cygor, and he's going to chase it off the battlefield while the flame cannons still just turn. They just keep turning. Now they're turning towards these guys, and they're going to maybe shoot at them, but they just keep turning. Stop turning and shoot, you stupid bastards. I hate flame cannons. I hate flame cannons, but I'm not biased. It's just flame cannons and Cygors fighting, and I hate them both, and they both suck. But my commentary will remain unbiased. Shoot! Shoot, you stupid... Okay, they're firing a little bit, and they're just tickling. They're just doing some little tickles. It's fine. It's a fine unit. It doesn't need buffs or anything. That's fine. It's fine that you buffed... The flame cannon's been dog shit forever, and you finally buffed it into relevancy, and then you changed it, so now it does this stupid little piss stream instead of the giant fireballs it did before, and now it sucks again, but that's fine. But that's fine, because, like, we're all having fun here. That our favorite units are dog shit now. We're all just having a great time. As this flame cannon has probably got a lot of value, and people are going to be like, it's really good. I'm going to be like, no. It was left alone to shoot at a Cygor for 7 minutes of combat, and then when we watched it turn forever, and wouldn't shoot, and everything sucks, and I hate it. And I hate it, and it's stupid. As Ungrim's trying to run down this Cygor, has 35 speed, he has 40. He's going to maybe catch up to it someday, but someday is a long way away. As Ungrim's trying to catch it, does he swing? Oh my god, Jesus Christ. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it! Ah! And he misses the only attack he's ever gonna get, but there's a second one, and then he misses that one too, and then he hits that one, and he routes out the Cygor, and it shatters! And the dwarves are way down to the balance of power. But does it even matter? Because Ungrim can definitely kill everything. Hi!
Can I leave her in here?
Okay.
Just because UPS might come soon, and I don't want to deal with her.
Okay. Hazel, come here! That was Grace, everybody. Grace says hi. Ungrim killed a Cygor all by himself while the rest of the Dwarven army is getting routed off. Anybody that's not unbreakable is having a bad time. I have so many Snapchats. What the hell? Weird. Okay. Sorry, I'm checking his messages to see if any of them are important in real life. Nope. Nothing I have to deal with. Great. What did I miss? Giant Slayer's fighting Morgar. And he's probably dead. Ungrim's coming back. I was not kidding when I think Ungrim actually might just carry this game, by the way. Because he can't get army loss, so you have to be able to kill him. But what here can kill him? I should bring more Cygors to see more of this meltdown. Please don't. Don't trash talk my Cygor boys. I'm allowed to. Imagine Slayers being taught in Slayer School, like, if it holds a giant stone, it's not a real giant. Real giants all hold a club. Yes, but this is the problem, is Morgar cannot fight Ungrim. Ungrim can definitely fight Morgar. He can fight these Minos. He can fight the Cygor. Like, there's nothing here that's going to be a problem for Ungrim. Everything left is large. Hi, Pigman. So Ungrim's still going to fight it out. Looks like we have a quick little Traitorkin. Do some damage to him. Army losses should be taking the dwarves soon, though to Ungrim that doesn't matter. Heroic Killing Blow is still active. And he's unfortunately just going to have to swing at whatever is near him. He can't really select targets too well right now. So if he kills... if he hits Morgar once or twice, Morgar will just back off and heal. Wasn't there a battle in livestream where the BMWs were demoralized when the Cygor hit the Shaman? Oh, yeah, David, yeah. That was really funny. It was Dark Elves versus Beastmen, and a Cygor threw a rock past a Charybdis or a Hydra, I forget which one, but it was a giant monster with a bunch of heads, and it hit a tiny little Bray Shaman on foot. Thanks, Human Boy, for another great new player tournament. I try. While Ungrim grinds it out, I need to check on something. Alright. That happened. Ungrim's still trying to just fight. He's doing okay, but is slowly getting whittled down. Ungrim gets a big shot onto Morgur. I love how the Cygor just comes pounding out of the trees and slams him with a rock! Just slams him in the head! That was glorious. I love that it also didn't kill him. Ungrim turns around and he says, "You what?" And he's trying to path through all these things. He's like, "No, no! You what?" Hits him with the rock again. Ungrim still says, "You what?" He needs to get like a big slap on this thing. Hits him with a rock again. In comes the Traderkin. Ungrim is definitely gonna die, as I haven't seen him swing in an awfully long time. He's just standing around. Dude, just swing at anything. Literally anything, Ungrim. He's stun-locked. He's completely stun-locked! No! Alright, he's done. I'll fast forward. Beep. Done. So, Zirtir, hero of the people, legend from the Arthurian realm, was defeated on the fields of battle by Kensky, meaning our finals was played, meaning we have a winner, meaning we gotta go figure out who that winner is right now. Corvus Glaive got 2,900 value on Ungrim and 1,700 value on the Flame Cannon, though that is super fraudulent because it got to just shoot at a Cygor for like 50 years, and that's not real, and I refuse to accept it, and you can't make me. What the... Where was I just Where was it? There it is. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be getting mad. You're right. And because of that, I will go take a break, as we have our finals from no one in particular. Both players did send me a final replay. I actually have no idea who won. I don't know. And we are going to find out right now. Both of these players went 5-0. One of them takes home the championship. That was maybe my favorite thing I've seen all day. What was your favorite thing and why? I had so much fun in that one. Only the Wood Elf game was even better. Good, Fallen. That was the point of this tournament, is for people to have some fun. Okay, we have a final game. I have to go to the bathroom. So... do I just go really fast while it loads? What map is it? Nehekar Desert? Yeah, I got time. Go! Go! We're back. We didn't miss shit. We didn't miss nothing. What do we got? So Kaidus on his Skaven. We have Clan Rats, Plague Monks, Poison Wind Globes. Then we have Lord Skrull, Packmaster, and Double Mutant Rat Ogre with Rat Ogres in the back. We even have some Skaven Slave Slingers. For Zero the Fool on Khorne. Marauders for the front line. Some Minotaurs, Grey Opens, regular, all running around. More Marauders. Valkyrie the Bloody up in the sky. We have 2 Chaos Knights of Khorne. And then, of course, Agent Karanak and his Special Ops force of Chaos Warhounds. Front line of the Skaven is falling apart. Khorne is smashing through it pretty easily and about to get onto the back line while the Poison Globes try and get a little bit of damage out before getting mucked up. Over here we see some Minos getting in a fight, but the Double Mutant Rat Ogres plus the Packmaster plus Skrull doing a lot of damage to these big boys. And Khorne is doing great to actually clean up everywhere else that isn't the single entity fest. As they have shut down both sets of globes for now. Slingers are offline, a lot of infantry are dead, and Khorne is ahead on the balance of power. They've already killed 400 Skaven, which means a Sword of Khorne's coming. Sword of Khorne, Sword of Khorne, Sword of Khorne, Sword of Khorne. Human boy, all of the important stuff is single entities. Shouldn't you save it for Tier 1 and Tier 2 army abilities of Khorne to be more effective in the game? Therefore, killing the single entities with greater efficacy and having a higher chance of winning the game? A Sword of Khorne would not accomplish much. The Skaven's multi-entity models are actually very bad. Hey, nerd! Shut up! I want a Sword of Khorne. Anyway, moving on. Minotaurs, with their great weapons, with Valkia buffing them up, going to do incredibly well versus the Mutant Rat Ogres and the Packmaster. Not so much against Skrull, so kind of hope they focus their time on these big boys. Valkia, also with her anti-large, will do quite well. The Chaos Knights of Khorne are getting kind of in the way here and there. You really want as many Minotaurs fighting these big single entities as you can, but Karanak is in, and Karanak is silencing Lord Skrull. No spells, no summons for him, I think. What the hell? Okay, I guess he's not silenced right now. Karanak's not close enough, I guess, but the Packmaster's getting completely bodied. Mutant Rat Ogres surrounded on all sides. They even have Rat Ogres come back to join the fray. Minotaurs are taking some serious damage, but there's a Tier 2 arm ability of Khorne. Relentless Rage cannot die. Yes, perfect. Yes, it's not a Sword of Khorne, but it is actually the tactically smart thing to do. As globes are throwing into the area, they might do more damage to Skaven than Khorne for once, as Khorne does have two single entities in here, but also, like, I don't know. There's a full health Rat Ogre on that side. But dogs are not going to let it happen. Dogs go get these guys anyway. More Clan Rat summons from Skrulk. And man, if Skrulk has his Rod of Corruption up right about now, that would do so much damage. Yeah, actually, that would do crazy amounts of damage. It's 3 minutes into the game. Depending on when he used it, it's unfortunately on cooldown, but it would, like, murder this entire blob. The only thing that would be pretty resistant to it would be Valkia and Karanak. There's the Rod of Corruption. Oh! It's not good. That's not good. It's got all the Minos in it. And all the Chaos Knights. No! Valkia with a nice spear slap near down these guys so that the dogs can chase them off and stuff. But Khorne is getting a little too blobby, unfortunately, and they did all get punished by that Rod of Corruption. But they also should be cycle charging a bit more, like refreshing those charge bonuses. Single entities don't get to choose the fights they're in. You get to choose their fights they're in. So you gotta, like, choose them well instead of just everything is blobbing and getting in each other's way. That also means none of them are refreshing vigor, so all of their stats are getting lowered as they get more and more tired. So I'm getting worried that Khorne is a little too complacent about how this is going. Is that a Sword of Khorne on your own troops? Is that a Sword of Khorne on your own troops? Khorne, no! It didn't damage anybody, but it kind of mildly damaged Minos and Khorne. What was that? Khorne is feeling themselves in this game, but it's a little too early for that. Oh, he didn't bring his silence aura. That's how Skrulk is casting all these things. So Karanak is not silencing Skrulk right now, and he's currently getting beat up by both the Mutant Rat Ogres and the Packmaster. Skrulk is getting to summon out constant support, and the Minos and Valkia. Valkia has been very far away from the main fight for a while. I don't know what she's been up to, but it's not killing Mutant Rat Ogres with her anti-large and armor piercing. And now the balance of power is 50-50. I'm getting concerned Khorne has thrown this game. You have loads of really annoying guys in your room that love to state the obvious. Wait, what did I do? What did I do? Alright. I cast Big Blob, I see Big Blob, I cast Big Sword, simple as. Gotcha. Bounce power is still 50-50. Valkia is trying to get to these guys, but she has not been able to fight a Mutant Rat Ogre or the Packmaster in forever. And also, the Skaven are starting to rally. See, that's the thing, is the Knights of Khorne should never have been in this fight, and then if anything routes, they should be running it down, but instead they all committed to the Blob. They took a bunch of damage, got in the Minotaur's way, bought the Skaven time, and yeah, I think that is a pretty big misplay from Khorne. And it looks like it is costing them the game, as now the bounce power is tipped in the Skaven's favor, and I would definitely agree. Valkia is now the only thing really of any substance that's still here. I guess we have Minos continuing to fight it out. This is a Clan Rat summon, though the Skaven do have natural infantry around that can help out. Valky's gonna have to try and solo carry. Gameboy, what happened to your love for friendly fire, man? Pass. Valky is getting bodied by the mutant rat ogres by Skrulk. That is going to be probably a victory for the Skaven. I love Zero. I think he has very fun builds. I think he should have won that game, but he threw it. He threw it! I'm mad. I'm big upset. Somebody tell Zero I'm mad. He played, like, he objectively played really well until the blob fight. And then I think he went to go get a snack and left all of his troops there. And he came back to his computer like, what the fuck? I thought you had it. And his guys were like, no, dude, what? All right. Good win by Kaidus, though. I mean, if your opponent makes a mistake, you gotta punish it. And he punished the shit out of it. Nice job, Edgelord. For the win! Woo! Woo! Alright, Edgelord wins on his Skaven. Good job. Good job. You know what? We'll allow it. I'll allow it. I gotta go eventually. So let's take a look through these and just grab some we want to cast. New greenskin units. I literally haven't seen them at all. Wood Elves and Nurgle. I think we already cast that one from earlier. Yeah, we did actually cast that one. More dwarves versus Khorne. Cast a lot of Khorne. Cast actually a decent amount of dwarves. Beastmen versus Cathay. Haven't cast any Cathay, and I'm going to allow that. We cast that. I just didn't recognize it. We have cast that. We just watched Skaven versus Khorne in the finals, so I'm gonna pass on that. There is the Coadil Durthu combo. Okay, we'll do that. Skaven versus Nurgle, but it's a Exalted Great Unclean one, so maybe. And then we heard that one was silly, so I'm gonna skip that one. Not silly in a good way. Okay, we have 3 more. We can do 3 more. We can do 3 more. Let's go. Let's do this. We just cast Kaidus, so we're not going to cast Kaidus again. Let's cast some Professor Evil versus Fallen Nephen. And Fallen said this one was fun. Okay, here's the thing. I almost skipped this, but then Fallen Nephen said it was really fun. But I predict, before the game even starts, I predict it's going to come down to Coadil and Durthu in the late game. The Beastmen are going to have nothing to kill them, and they'll slowly be charging in and routing away as the 2 trees stand there and either Flock of Doom or... Do you have to do that in here? Okay. The 2 trees just stand there and either Mortis Engine through Coadil or Flock of Doom them down. Hi, Lucy. We already covered this earlier, but just for anybody who wasn't here earlier, Coadil is not usually allowed in these tournaments because he's part of the extended campaign roster. In a new player tournament, sometimes these things slip through. It's a very casual tournament. We're just having fun. I will point it out so you don't go and take Coadil in a bunch of your own games and say Human Boy said it was okay. But it is a new player tournament, and we really just kind of have some fun. So it's fine. But I acknowledge that I see it. Anyway, since these armies are spawning in this way, we got to cast them with the pause button on. For the main area of the Wood Elves, we have 3 Glade Guard, 1 of the Starfire Shafts, Enigmas of Ghyran, Arawara's Oats, some Dryads, and a War Dancer. But in the trees, a Vanguard flank of Firebark Elders, Coadil, and Durthu. To see Durthu and Coadil fighting side by side is heresy. Flock of Doom and Sword of Daith for Durthu, lots of blob punishment there. For Coadil, we have the Muster of... what? The Muster of Malevolence. And then I don't think he took any spells... Oh, he has Doombolt. Like, that is a real spell. It's not bound. Okay, cool. Cool. For the Beastmen, we have Centaurs with Throwing Axes off in the distance. 2 Zongors, a Bracing in the Wild with the Cygor summon, and Traderkin, of course. Wouldn't be a Fallen game if they didn't bring a Cygor summon. Morgar the Shadow Gave with his He's a Chaos spawn. An Ungor Raider spawning the Vanguard, though. So did the Wood Elves. So it looks like these Ungor Raiders died 13 seconds into the game. In the woods, we have a bunch of Ungors and Centaurs, some with great weapons. Alright. Flock of Doom, Sword of Daith, and the big Bolt of Darkness, or whatever, Doom Bolt. And the Centaurs are learning why one does not simply blob against Durthu. They took so much damage and are now all running for their lives. Terror Outs are even taking them, and a very good start for the Wood Elves. Let's see if the Beastmen can get it back. Where all the Wood Elf money isn't is their main army. While Codel and Durthu are over here, the Beastmen should be able to overrun this position, take out all the archers, and get a lot of damage value back. After that big loss in the early game, a lot of Beastmen are even running all the way off the map, away from Codel and Durthu. Yeah, in cars. Yeah, of course. Enigmas of Gairon charging in to peel for the archers. You love to see it. And those Ungors are running towards archers. They're like, yes, archers, free kill, easy win. And then they get charged by the Enigmas of Gairon, and all of a sudden it is a horrible, horrible death. The Centaurs with their throwing axes throwing at the Enigmas do need to fall back as the Enigmas catch up to them. Looks like they're starting to, but they're taking that weird Warhammer 3 line formation, so a lot of them actually get caught. And they're getting shot up at the Glade Guard, so a lot of damage in. But Morgur and his summons here to hurt them. And the Wood Elf front line is almost entirely dead already. In the distance, Durthu and Codil are still chasing random Centaurs through the trees, but they're slow. They're slow and they'll have a hard time. You remember earlier in the stream we talked about Treekin at length? Yeah, I still think the problems are the same for the Treekin. Like, they're guarding Codil and Durthu, but Codil and Durthu don't need guarding. They'll be fine in any melee fight you put them in. Hear me out. Bolt thrower or helicopters? Yes. 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 Now we're talking. Anyway, Centaurs charging from the trees to finish off these Glade Guard. Other Glade Guard are getting pushed out. Looks like a rear charge from these Centaurs should finish off the Dryads, and all of a sudden the Wood Elf front line is gone, leaving us with just the Enigmas, Firebark Elders, Durthu, and Codel. These throwing axes are going to be worth their weight in gold as they try and kill the Enigmas. Still technically have a War Dancer, and this Bray Shaman of the Wild might be overstaying his welcome, but it looks like these Dryads are going to get going, so he'll be fine in the end. Morgur's Chaos Spawn summon, full HP and dwindling away. You hate to see it. Yeah, he's used both of his summons. Oof, that's pretty brutal, honestly. Alright, Enigmas of Gairon. Regrowth and Flesh to Stone. Flesh to Stone will help them... oops, double click. Actually quite a lot, because these are not Centaurs of Tzeentch, they're just Centaurs of Great Weapons. So now 60% physical resistance, helping them against the throwing axes, helping them against the Great Weapons, and the Regrowth is healing them up. Very, very good stuff here from the Enigmas. But I think once those spells wear off, it's going to get really bad for them. I mean, the Centaurs were tearing them apart before that Flesh to Stone and Regrowth came in. You see the Centaurs throwing axes trying to get to a better position. Now, if you have Skirmish Cav, you do want to spread them out, because these guys are currently obstructing each other, so you'll notice they don't throw nearly as fast as you'd think they would. Just FYI. The three big trees are coming out of the woods, immediately throwing a Doom Bolt onto this poor Bray Shaman of the Wild, who's going to summon a Cygor! Because of course he is. Because it's Fallen, and Fallen has to do that, just to break my mental. But in come the big trees. The brothers angry, marching forward towards the Beastmen army. The Enigmas of Gairon are very low. There is no more healing for them. So they're just going to take throwing axes in the back, fighting Centaurs and Morgur on the front. But what, dear friends, can kill the double big trees? Bolt throwers that shoot gyrocopters. Yes. You guys are making a lot of good points. In comes a Traderkin, a Sword of Daith, and a Traderkin. So both sides throwing out spells to deal with this. Still, the Enigmas of Gairon fight on, down to 7 models, get charged briefly by Centaurs with great weapons. No Flesh to Stone to save them this time. It looks like they will get taken down to 4 models. 3, 2, 1, and dead. So no more Enigmas. Still have Firebark Elders way back there fighting Ungor herds. Triple Centaurs with throwing axes. The Very Shaman of the Wild, who needs to undercast Traderkins for the rest of this battle. You didn't summon one, did I? It got canceled. You were trying to. We all saw it. You can't fool me. Oh, that is a Doom Bolt coming straight for the Very Shaman of the Wilds. There's nothing you can do to save him. He is dead. He is dead and gone. Bop. So no Traderkins is actually going to make this a lot harder. Also, a lot of those throwing axes are missing, which is alarming considering you're shooting at trees. Why aren't you able to hit trees? We have 2 archers, we have 3 throwing axes, all still trying to deal with Durthu and Coadil, as Morgar holds for now. Durthu is at half HP. Coadil's full. Still have lots of ammo left. Firebark Elders in the distance, not gonna matter. They're just fighting on Gorse. Nimbus Way? Well, yeah. Congrats. We had a lot of people donating earlier, which is good. Ruling in a rule break? Yeah. KV, this makes you happy? Good. Also, hi, KV. KV, did you notice they started the game in the forest and I didn't make a big fuss about it? It's because of you, buddy. It's because of you. Just trying to make you happy. Durthu just shot Lamentation of Ages into Coadil's face, proving lore accurate that he betrays Coadil at the last second because Durthu is an asshole. Also, the only thing about that was accurate is that Durthu and Coadil hate each other, but, like, I don't think Durthu did any betrayals or anything. During Codex starting fights with Fallen Nephen, and I like how Durthu is running down Morgar right now. Morgar's like, shoot it! Shoot it! Shoot it! Shoot it in the face! As he's trying to get to safety. Durthu just slaps him like twice. Throwing axes running out of ammunition. Archers still have plenty, but it's not armor piercing. As Coadil remains, the Firebark Elders remain. Morgar's still regenerating slowly. I will play this at ×2 speed. Dun 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 dun. Is that Morgar back in? Morgar takes sundered armor from fighting Coadil, is getting slapped a little bit, needs to retreat, needs to run away as archers are firing in at him. These throwing axes, still shooting, doing what they can, getting lots of damage. The other Centaurs are out of ammo. Dang. Durthu's dead. Oh, he disappeared! What was the lore between Coadil and Durthu? I didn't read that book yet. I just know that they're not friends at all and that Durthu is good guy and Coadil is bad. Firebark Elders getting shot at a distance from the archers as Coadil is stuck fighting these guys. These Centaurs with throwing axes still have 3 volleys left to throw at Coadil, who only has 2,000 HP. Some Muster of Malevolence does some decent damage to Morgar. And the Mortis Engine murder of sprites from Coadil is slowly killing off any Beastmen that gets close to him. Firebark Elder is getting shot a lot. These Centaurs are throwing axes, a lot of HP. No ammunition left, though. 2 volleys left for Coadil, who is down to around 1,000 HP, and he's trying to run down Morgar. He is 3 speeds slower. The charge bonus is happening as Morgar is reduced to a walk. Archers with no ammo are forced into Coadil as offerings upon the altar of the dark gods. 10 volleys left from this archer, who is rather injured. 1 volley left from the Centaur throwing axes, and Coadil is down to 600 HP. Down to 500. Firebark Elders are not unbreakable. Coadil is. So can the Firebark Elders actually hold on? If Coadil dies, they will lose balance of power leadership. Looks like army loss is going to take them out. Coadil's down to 100 HP. He just wants to kill Morgar. But Foeseeker takes that fast little Beastman to safety. And the next volley of arrows should do our friend Coadil in, but it looks like the Centaurs are going to do that instead. Coadil is down with a weird, crazy final shot. Look at him. Look at him being all sad. I just wanted to kill all life on the planet. See no need for rule break one anyways? Yeah, but didn't you break the rules by winning? Think about that. Durthu and Codil got 5,000 value combined together. The rest of the Wood Elf army struggled. For Fallen Nephen, or should we call them Cheater Nephen, or Fallen Cheater? I like Fallen Cheater. It's Fallen Cheater. Centaurs did pretty well. Archers and Centaurs with throwing axes did most of the work, and that's fine. It's fine. That was fun. You can't even W with cheats. Dude. How can you fight against Fallen Nephew when they're gonna do like that, bro? That's the thing. Is nothing's ever your fault if you just blame everybody else. That's how I get through life. The story of Durthu is actually extremely sad. He was a tree, and then somebody came with an axe, and he went, "Oh no," and then he died. Let's do these green skins, man. Thanks for making my journey back home a lot more fun, human boy. Contrarian, of course, dude. We still have 2 games left, but of course. But if you log out now, you are a traitor. Like, straight up a traitor. But like, yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Stick around for the last 2 games. Straw boss stat versus 0. And I have never seen these units ever since they got released. Orc boys with spears, and then goblins with their little short swords. Cool. You'll love to see it. So we have some goblins with spears as well. Orc R boys in the back. Night goblins, squig hoppas. To swamp things with other river trolls. 2 goblin big bosses? No, a goblin big boss. An orc shaman with fists of Gork and brainburster. Grimgore Ironhide, and a rogue idol. On the other side, we get Valkia going zerp and flurp. Chaos Knights of Khorne, Minotaurs of Grey Opens, Marauder Frontline, more Minotaurs, and then Karanak and the Special Forces squad of dogs you are so used to. Rogue Idol's trying to punch down into some Minos. Not his favorite, he really likes fighting infantry more, but he'll still do okay versus Minos as long as he has support nearby. If he has to fight them all alone, he will die a horrible, horrible death. For the front line of Khorne, they are terror routing away from the Swamp Things, as Minos keep getting stuck in there and doing good work, but I imagine all the spears in the Orc Boys' spears should do well against those Minotaurs. Grimgore is also in to help out a little bit, but in comes Karanak and the flanking dogs. How does he keep doing it? The dog special forces always find their way into the archers. The Orc R Boys are getting run down. Greenskin's in a bit of a bad state. Night Goblin Big Boss trying to help his regular goblins fight the Marauders of Khorne. That should be a very one-sided fight in favor of Khorne, but we will see. As the Minotaurs are slowly dying to the Orc Spear Boys, River Trolls, and a giant rock monster stomping on them. I want to see the next attack. I want to see it happen. Boom! Boom! He didn't even kill those guys. He just knocked them over. But they're going to run anyway. Grimgore gets to fight Valkia. Maybe the best chance he's going to get at turning this game around, as everything is going very, very well for Khorne. A Waz popped on one side, while a Horn of Khorne is popped on the other. Everybody has melee attack. Nobody has any melee defense, so every shot should land. As Grimgore is getting into a fight with Valkia, is he going to beat her? Waz still going. Horn of Storm is still going. He doesn't have your next pop, but he's still kicking her ass. He's just bodying Valkia. She can't do anything about it. Minotaurs are surrounding Grimgore, and Valkia's going to run away. Run. Run like the coward you are, Valkia. Leave Grimgore to do all the hard work. The Rogue Idol still trying to path through these guys, going after the routing Minotaurs. He doesn't give a shit about the fight happening around him. He's going to go after those guys till the end of his days. He's going to go fucking get them. Never mind these guys. Never mind something over there. Not gonna swing. Now I'm gonna swing. Not gonna swing. Now I'm gonna. Nope. Not gonna do it. Still gonna walk. Gonna take lots of damage because I don't wanna swing. Grimgore's over here fighting some stuff, but we don't care about that because we're watching this guy not swing. Look at him go walking really slowly through Minotaurs. He's lost 4,000 HP since the last time he swung his fist. Is he gonna swing back at them any day? Oh my god, it's happening! Look at him, he might just go. And he's gonna punch him. Punch him. Stomp him into dust. Now he must swing again. Yes, he really must. Swing! Boom! Nightmare Before Christmas. Human Boy sings Warhammer Edition. You know you love it. You know it was a masterpiece. You just don't want to fill my ego, which is fine. Rogue Idol's dying. Army losses is hitting. And if you're one of the 58 people watching this right now and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Why? All of my growth metrics are based on subscribers. If you subscribe, Google thinks I'm a big, strong boy and recommends me to more people. Then we grow more, we can make this a full-time job, and I can stream way more often. Or you could not subscribe, like you're currently not, and I could never be able to stream again because I'm going to always be at my fucking job. And then you guys will be like, why doesn't Human Boy stream anymore? Oh, well, it's because nobody subscribes, and Google doesn't give a fuck about him, so it doesn't recommend streaming. Just subscribe! Just do it! Just do it. I don't like the parts where he screams. That is unfortunately most of the parts. That is most of the parts. I'm really sorry. That was a fun Greenskins build. I liked it. Orc boys did fine. The main problem was Secret Agent Karanak and his dogs getting into the Auror boys before they got any value. Big problem. Rogue Idol not swinging was quite a lot as well. On the other side for 0, Valky and Karanak didn't get that much value for once. Chaos Knights of Khorne did well. Dogs did very well. And Minotaurs, as usual, getting lots of value. I'm going to read chat for a second, then we'll cast our last game. My voice hurts and I don't know why. Are the new orc units good? It looks like they were kind of good, yeah. I haven't gotten to play with them at all. The parts where you lose mind are my favorite. Good. Good. Hey, real human being, how you doing? All right, we have one game left for today. And you see all these replays? Look at all these replays. See how some of them say playoffs? Those are the streams you can look forward to in September. We are in playoffs time for my Vermin League Season 6. You know all I stream are new player tournaments. You might be like, man, if everybody's a new player, where are all the not new players? They're going to play in playoffs. We'll be casting every single one of those. Lots of try-hard, sweaty, meta content coming your way, but hopefully some good series in there as well. Let's take a look at some of these sweaty builds. Chaos Dwarves versus Bretonia. Okay, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. High Elves versus Beastmen. You love to see it. Tomb Kings and Dark Elves. That's also pretty cool. Norska and Chaos Dwarves. It's going to be fun. Playoffs going to be fun. You should go to the replays. Though I haven't streamed them yet, so I don't know how you're supposed to go to them, but whatever. Kaidus versus Pretty Steel Bonnet. Skaven and Nurgle. If Nurgle didn't bring Rites of Visitation, I'm going to be mad. Rites of Visitation is the worst spell for Skaven to deal with. Kaidus we've seen several times today. He does seem to take a lot of this variant of a build. Clan Rat Spears on the front line, double Mutant Rat Ogre, a Packmaster, Lord Skrulk, and then Slingers, Rat Ogres, and 2 Globes. The other side for Nurgle. 4 Chaos Furies of Nurgle. And then the rest of the force is all in the trees. 2 Chaos Knights, an Exalted Great Unclean One, with Miasma of Pestilence and Fleshy Abundance for his spells. Then we have Marauders of Nurgle, Pestigors, and the Festering Stooges. I actually just saw something I didn't even know he had. I did not know he had a -8 leadership aura. Bye, Professor Evil. Real human being, the Mutant Rat Ogres have won quite a lot today. They have won every single game we've seen them in. I'm just fast-forwarding through the early stage where both armies are trying to set up. Alright. Pestigors charging downhill into the Skaven. There they go. Wasn't the forest abuse? I was trying to advance without getting shot by Warp Lightning Cannons, but they're going to me. Festering Stooges firing downhill into all these things. It's okay, boss man. If you're trying to get better, slowly reiterating a single build for each faction you want to play with, probably ideal. Ooh, this could be big. I kind of wish the Exalted Great Unclean had gone over here where this Packmaster was clearly overextended. Hey, and he is! So you can just get some free damage down without the double Mutant Rat Ogres being nearby. Rod of Corruption damaging a lot of the Nurgle forces. And Skrull even summons a Plague Monk back into them, so just really wants more and more infantry. But yeah, the Packmaster is having a bad time versus the Exalted Grand Cleveland. Chaos Knights get a downhill charge to help out as well. The Skaven multi-entity models are all routing. Now their single entities are sticking around for now. And in the backfield, Chaos Fury is causing a bit of disruption, getting rid of some of the poison globes. So both globes have been offline. But our big Nurgle friend doesn't seem to learn how to swing. And now he's fighting 3 single entities all by himself. Could use Chaos Knights or someone big to block for him a little bit, as he is just T-posing his way through this fight. Cannot figure out how to swing. And he overcasts Fleshy Abundance on himself and these Marauders and the Festering Stooges. So I guess that's a good cast, but yeah. Now he finally got knocked away, so maybe he'll be able to finally swing at something. There we go. So he just needed to get reset a little bit. Skaven winning everywhere else on the map. A lot of Demon units are dying. We still have Chaos Knights running around trying to rout off some things, but there are a lot of Clan Rats they have to deal with. Skrulk is taking damage here and there. If the Festering Stooges get a good surround on them, they can actually do a lot of damage. Festering Stooges are pretty elite as far as infantry go. And the Exalted Great and Clean One seems to be doing okay, despite how often he has been surrounded by mutant rat ogres. Fecundity gonna heal him up, bring his vigor back to full. Same with the Festering Stooges. And over there, Chaos Knights, who used to be full HP, got wrecked by something. I wasn't honestly watching what happened to them. Nurgle coming back for a second try at this, as the Packmaster is about to rout any second now. One more hit should do him in. Ah, he missed that one. Skrulk with another summon. Oof. Rear charge in from Pestigors might finish off the Packmaster, but it looks like he's actually going to hang on. And now the Great Unclean One is going for Lord Skrulk himself, deciding to just go for the man of the hour, try and rout off this Skaven that way, as globes are chucking into this area. Get a little bit of damage down into some stuff, but they're also going to rout the Packmaster, killing off some of their own troops. That Plague Monk is a summon, so it's not real. Look at this mutant rat ogre. Like, full HP, and it was considering routing for a second, but this is why you need Rancid Visitations, is you can just point and click, overcast Rancid Visitations on Lord Skrulk twice, and he literally dies. It's super useful to kill this Skaven Lord. Skrulk is terror routing. Contrarian Codex with 10 euros. Stuck around as promised. Cheers, buddy. Looking forward to getting my ass kicked in Chieftain Vermin League playoffs. Keep up the good work. No, you keep up the good work, but thanks so much for the donation. Fleshy Abundance Overcast trying to heal up the last of the Nurgle forces. The globes are still free to throw at these Chaos Knights, and that is a big problem as the terror route takes them away. Skrulk and his Rod of Corruption dealing a lot of damage. Still, this big guy is trying to kill him, but killing a Footlord in melee combat can be very difficult. It looks like he's finding that out the hard way. Rancid Visitations. Counterscape. Do it. Still, the Exalted Great Clean One is very healthy from all the heals he has cast. I don't know where his healing cap is, but it's probably close by. But he really needs to rout Skrulk if he wants to have a hope. There's still a lot of rat ogres that can opt into the fight. There's still globes. He does have a Mortis Engine type effect, so he is slowly draining down things around here, but it's the single entities that are going to be a big problem. A lot of the Nurgle stuff looks jolly. Watching Nurglings run is really funny too. Aerodane. More Pestigors, more Marauders charging downhill. Chaos Knights also still up there. Decent amount of HP left on them. And honestly, the Great Unclean One needs to just, like, stop and fight. I don't know why he keeps trying to path through stuff, but we've seen this multiple times today with, like, the Rogue Idol and whatever. It's very risky to just path through things. You sometimes just have to stop and fight, even if it's not a thing you wanted to be fighting. You just gotta do it. Because you can't get through him. And the longer he doesn't swing back, the more free damage he's just taking. What is that? Miasma of Pestilence down onto that mutant rat ogre, lowering its melee attack by 24. Globes are throwing up and over into the Chaos Knights, into the Marauders. The Skaven range not being shut down is a bit of a problem. The Exalted Great and Clean One being stuck fighting all these things is also a problem. And he's trying his best, but his heal cap is in sight. He doesn't have a lot more effective spells. Like, Miasma of Pestilence is pretty whatever. And then if there's Fleshy Abundance but nothing left to heal, then that's just a useless spell too. He's trying to get swings out every so often, but the Packmaster is going to keep healing up all the Molder monsters in the area. Army losses will take him out. And that'll be a win for the Skaven. Boom. Mutant Rat Ogre meta, 1300, 1500. Big value. Skrulk, the Packmaster did fine. All the Clan Rats did well. Rat Ogres did great. Globes did fantastically. GG. How is Blightboil multiplayer? We saw it earlier in the stream. It is terrible. It's too easy to get out of, but even if it hits, it does like no damage. The Exalted Great Acclaimed one did fantastically well. Almost 4,000 value, but nothing else really followed him up. And that's it for today's new player tournament. I'll probably stream later tonight. I can't promise that, but I'll probably stream. I gotta go fight Black Knight for playoffs, so I might stream my perspective of that and then just play some other games. We'll see. Nurgle's so bad he can't even win against a new player. Nurgle is not bad. The problem is Nurgle is bad. That's the real problem here. Alright, ranked matchmaking, conquest, because I don't want to deal with... I have notoriously terrible luck with quick battles, man. Mutant Riders only work because people expect Skaven weapons teams. True? Hazel yawned. Blightboil does insane damage when it hits. Let's see. AI, just go into sandbox mode, just stand there. Do you have Arcane Conduit? Yeah. So we'll use this guy. Alright, Blightboil. Let's get some Marauders. Let's get some Chaos Warriors. And let's get other Marauders. Whatever, I just need you guys to stand there. It's just a sleight of hand cheese. I feel like I cheated my way in turning to win this. Nah, I think some of the builds had the tools to beat the Mutant Rat Ogres. Don't do that. Don't throw it, poor Luther. So if we undercast, I'll do an undercast on a Marauder, an overcast on a Marauder, and an undercast on, or an overcast on the Chaos Warriors. But like, it does okay damage to the Marauders. It didn't do too much to the Doom Seekers we saw earlier. It is really hard to hit though, because it's so slow. So then, wait, I wanted to overcast. How much is that? 18 for double damage. I don't know why I'm having so many problems with my mouse not wanting to turn anymore. There's an overcasted one. Nearly deletes a unit. Okay, it's hard to tell if my mouse is breaking or like it's the game that doesn't want that to happen. But if you undercast it on Chaos Warriors of Nurgle with armor, it doesn't do any damage because it only has 33% armor piercing. So you would have to overcast on anybody with armor, and then we'll see how much damage it even does. Dun, 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 dun. 2 wins of magic left. 1. Bomb. So it does okay. But it's really easy to dodge, and it is expensive just to do okay. Whereas, like, I can't get a Burning Head caster as Nurgle, but Burning Head is about as expensive, and it does more damage to the Marauders. Sure. Whatever. Marauder champions. Well, TY for checking. It did more damage than I suspected. In our game earlier, it didn't do very much versus the Slayers. But maybe that was something with like their model count being super low or something. Alright. Sorry, someone was texting me about something. So Burning Head. Overcast is 16, I imagine. Yup. Oh, it's going off course. It's going off course. It's going way off course. Alright, hard to prove my point when Burning Head fucks off, but in one cast you can get a lot more damage onto light infantry. Now onto heavy infantry that's not the case, but Blight Boil also wasn't doing that great against heavy infantry. So, it's just like, it's okay if your opponent doesn't dodge it. It is a little expensive if he does dodge it. There's other better spells, and then the kicker is there's spells that do Blight Boil's job better. It's usually why you don't see it. Anyway, I digress. If you're just fighting Nurgle, melee is really strong. Yes. Bye, Contrarian Codex. I hope you're doing great. Okay, I guess I don't get to play quick battles or anything. I guess I'll just end the stream now, unless we find one in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, we found one. We'll play this, then we'll end it. Then we will end this nonsense. Electric Spaniel. And it's on the Choking Pits. That is a bad map for ranged. Slamish! Full melee. Beat his ass. We will go Slanesh, and if he blobs, Conquest mode is dead to me. Every mode is dead to me. Can't get a good land battle quick battle. Can't get a good Conquest quick battle. It's impossible. God fucking damn it, of course he's playing Dwarves. Nakari, Witstealer's Sword... Slicing Shards. Pavane. Cut that. Keep that. Keep that. Keep that. Keep that. Okay, so we have Nakari. Need a bunch of Marauders. Need Marauders with Spears. But Dwarves don't have large units. I know, I just need the Spears for Spears' sake. Okay, 4 Skirmish Cav. Okay, at Chaos Furies, 650 gold for Chaos Furies is insane, dude. It's insane. I hate this. I hate everything about this. I hate this game. I hate it. Oh god, I'm getting climbed on by a dog! Ah! Hi, dog. Well, how does Nakari end up with a 2 at the end of your price point? Come on, man. 50s and 25s. Or zeros. We also like zeros. If it's a Thunder Barge, I'm just leaving this fucking game, dude. I can't get a good Conquest. I just can't. I mean, I can't get a good quick battle game. I can't. They refuse. They refuse to let me have any fun. You think I'm joking? Go back on my stream and find one quick battle game that wasn't utter garbage. I remember Khorne versus Nurgle, and Nurgle brought this horrible blob that I kited. I won, but I had to kite it for like literally 18 of the 20 minutes. I picked ogres, they picked dwarves, and they went Thunderbarge corner camp with a bunch of slayers and cannons just sitting in the corner shooting at me. We had vampire counts forest camping. We had Empire versus something. And the Empire just forest camped with 2 land ships and a steam tank. Then we had Vampire Coast versus Khorne? I think that was Khorne. But in the end, it was a Rotting Leviathan and Noctilus just running around, draw kiting me to get a draw. I can't, dude, I can't. I can't. Quick battles is a hell I can't escape from. I like how I've gone to this giant tirade and watched as his dwarf build is fine and we have a fun game. But see, this is how I set up the win-win. Is either his dwarf build is fine and we have a fun game, and then I get a fun game. Or he has a dog shit, trash, toxic build, and then I was right, because I'm always right. Give me a unit count under 500. Show me that gyrocopter thunderbarge cheese. Fucking do it. Do it. Do it. I hate being right all the time. All the time. All the fucking time. I hate it. Because I don't want to be this right all the time. I like being wrong once in a while. It's fun to be wrong once in a while. You're like, oh, hey, I'm going to start a statement and maybe I'll be wrong. Haha, life's exciting. But no, just for me, just constant W's. Constant wins. Oh, hey, I heard you had an opinion. Did you know it was right again? I'm sorry, I did. I did know it was right again, because I'm just always right. Oh, my fucking god, if it's a Thunderbarge, I hate this game, dude. Not a single good quick battle. Ever. Ever. I just can't do it. I just can't get a single fucking quick battle that's worth playing. Not a single one. All of them are fucking garbage. Why? Why am I cursed this way? I haven't found a single fucking player on this goddamn game who wants to just play this game with me. And now Hazel's upset. I just want to play the game. I don't want to play fucking corner campers constantly or forest campers constantly. I just don't want to. I just don't want to. Hey, CA, you know how in our content creator Discord, I have messaged you 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times. The dreaded 13th amount of times I've messaged you saying, hey, Thunderbarge is dog shit. Thunderbarge ain't fun. Nobody enjoys it. And CA is like, I think people enjoy it. And I'm like, point me to the fucking person. And they point me to the person and they go, this guy's playing dwarves. I think he likes it. I'm like, cause he's playing the fucking Thunderbarge. Do you like playing as Thunderbarge? And CA is like, I don't know. I haven't tried. And I get into a lobby with CA. I take on 3 of their playtesters. And I'm like, all right, guys, I'm going to take the Thunderbarge. You do something about it. I get 18k value and they all lose and they all quit the game. And I go, hey, what happened? I thought you said the Thunderbarge was fun. And they said, I quit. And I said, what do you mean you quit? And they said, I quit CA. And they stopped developing this game. Boom. Constant W's for Human Boy because he's always right about the fucking Thunderbarge, but they still won't nerf this fucking thing. And when they finally do, they're like, oh, let's take a little bit of ammo off. But then we fucked it up. We fucked it up with an ammo box. Now it actually has more ammo than before. Oh, but we took 100 gold off. So it's 100 gold more expensive. It can carry the whole fucking game, motherfucker. You can't do anything. You can't tack it in the air because it's a giant fucking blimp and its hitbox doesn't work right. So all the Furies just sit on the side. They don't even do anything. If you have armor-piercing Furies, you still can't kill this fucking thing because you can just kill it while it's attacking them because it's insane. And then you put a spear on the front that instantly kills any fucking lord. So even a single entity is the same. Nothing is safe against this stupid thing because you made it really fucking stupid. I hate it so much. So that's it for the stream today. You guys have a good day.